Welcome to the 67th NATA Chicago Midwest Emmy Awards Backstage Show. Here's your hosts, Amanda Vinicky, and from WNDU South Bend 16 News Now, Joshua Short.
I wish the train really did go that fast in real life. You saw that? That would be nice. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 67th Annual Chicago Midwest Emmys. This is the Backstage Show Live. I'm Joshua Short alongside Amanda Vinicky, and we are so happy to be doing this yet another year together. It's going to be fun.
It honestly is a really fun night, mostly because we are celebrating the success of journalists, of documentarians, of writers, videographers, producers,
editors,
lighting crews,
so
editors. I mean, the list goes on. It takes so much talent to put on productions like those we are honoring and celebrating tonight.
Yeah, we can't wait to do this. We've got so many people. We've already got a card because all the winners are already coming in, and you've got a card right now for our first winner of the night. You're going to be seeing a lot of them, by the way. Some maybe twice. We had a lot of people who were repeat interviewees.
When you're good, you're good.
You got to talk about it. You've got a card right now. Who's our first guest of the night?
Our first guest, I'm honored. This is great. I actually get to call on over a friend, Eddie Griffin. Come on over.
Congratulations,
Woo!
Eddie. Welcome in, buddy.
All right, we have.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
And you have a success as a writer of long-form content. This is for the category. That was the category. This is Chicago Stories, the Black Sox scandal. And as a White Sox fan, kind of hurts that this one wins because it is a scandal, but it hits home really for you, right, Eddie?
As a Southsider, as a lifetime White Sox fan, the idea of getting to do a show about the Chicago White Sox was incredible. And then you find out, well, we're going to be talking about the year that they threw the World Series, the worst year in their history, in franchise history. But we had to cover it. And I think we did a pretty good job.
Talk about
really everybody did.
I think so. I think the judges thought that too. Tell people who may not know a little bit about what that scandal was all about.
So in 1919, the Chicago White Sox were in the World Series. We're the best team in the league, like the Yankees of our time, or the Lakers, like the flag.
No offense. Think like opposite of the Sox these days.
Yeah, exactly. Think like the flagship franchise. They had won the World Series in 1917. 1919, they're in the World Series, and they decided to take money from gamblers to fix a World Series, to lose on purpose. And they got away with it for an entire year until people started to speak, started to talk. A couple of the players said, well, I didn't get as much money as the other guy got. And it all blew up. And it was a scandal. It went to the United States Supreme Court. Like this was not just like, by the way.
Not to the confines of the
This was not just a little thing. It was like, oh, they were cheating all the time. They got caught. And so it became a national story. It became a scandal. It became like, this was baseball. This was the national pastime. You ruined the game, blah, 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 all that stuff, to where the entire world, entire country was, how dare you? How dare you destroy the sanctity of the game? And the White Sox were caught, eventually tried, found guilty, and banished from the game. Never played again. Threw it away, threw their entire careers away, all their earning potential gone and when it turns out, what we covered in the show, they didn't really get paid what they were supposed to get paid.
And it was pretty measly in the first place. And so is that what you're trying to bring to, this isn't 1919. What are you sharing now? What makes this an exciting, not just story, but I mean, really an entire documentary?
One, you've got the reemergence of sports betting. So now what was frowned upon is now accepted. But also, I think what a good show does, and my co-writer, who's not here tonight, Michael Harvey, did a great job of like encapsulating what the public thought. The public thought was just they were betrayed. And so we tried to make this a human interest story. These players were, imagine like someone coming here and like, hey, you're going to get this award, but take a couple $10,000.
Yeah.
You'd probably do it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And so that's kind of what we tried to put in players' mind or in the viewers' minds, is that the players were presented with this opportunity to make a little cash, probably get away with it, probably weren't going to get caught.
And unlike the athletes of today, these guys were not making a killing in the first
No,
place.
this wasn't. This is not what you think of today, where
Got
like
it.
lifetime contracts and Shohei Ohtani making $750 million. These guys were paid well, but this wasn't life-changing money. A lot of these guys like worked in factories in the off season.
Wow.
They went back and had another job
Sure.
or second job to supplement their income. So imagine, your entire year's worth of salary, you could get paid. For what? For not running out of grounder a little bit, for missing, a pitch that you should hit, stuff like that. So they kind of rolled the dice.
Yeah.
And didn't get away with it.
This is really special, and we're so honored to have you sitting with us, and the importance of having stories like this on public television for people to see it and understand that importance. Am I right about that?
Yes, as Amanda knows, PBS
Knows and believes.
Yes, it's been a tough year for PBS.
Sure.
But a night like tonight is great to come out here and to say, look, these are the stories we're telling for the community.
Amen.
This is a Chicago story.
Yeah.
The Black Sox scandal is a Chicago story that had national interest.
And this is a whole part of a Chicago Stories series. Eddie, can you tell us a little bit about that? Because speaking of, I don't know, not sports rivalries, but maybe a little bit of TV ones. Actually, a colleague and friend from WTTW was also up for this award. And I think Dan was the winner last year. He got the statue.
So the backstory is, it's an honor to be nominated with friends and colleagues, but it creates a little bit of rivalry. Flashback last year, same category, two different Chicago stories. Dan Andrews, myself, were nominated. I was along with Robert Lorzell. I think Dan was solo for his nomination, and they won. And so, I had to hear a whole year from Dan.
So this makes
So
sense.
now he's got a whole year to hear it from me, and then we'll see what happens next year.
Well, look, we
Revenge
appreciate
is sweet, but it's an honor for both of you, as you said. It truly is. That's not something we just say. An honor to be nominated, whether or not you win. But wow, a win is pretty sweet. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
Congratulations,
both.
Ed. We got more winners already waiting in the wings.
All right, let's
so
come on
we've got
over.
some more. We can bring them over,
See
I
you
think. Yeah.
Perhaps later, because I know
maybe
Eddie's
we'll be
up for
back.
more.
But you can keep
Yes.
this here if you want. If you want to.
We'll need
Congratulations.
something as a centerpiece.
That's great.
I'll replace it.
Welcome. Oh, we got
Right.
one.
Here, I'll pass it. Oh,
Look
that
at this.
looks good.
We've got this. This is category number 62132, writer for news, and this is for WITI. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that Wisconsin?
It is Fox 6 in Wisconsin. That's right.
Oh, this is awesome. So first off, it says here, Brian, how do you say your last name, buddy?
Polson.
Polson, congratulations
Thank
to you on
you.
this one.
Thank
Talk
you.
about, for those who don't know, what goes into a category like this. There are a lot of writers who are watching right now.
I will say this actually. First of all, I want to shout out to my colleague Carl Deffenbaugh, who I was nominated up against in this category. Now, last year, Carl and I went 0 for 4 each, and we were like, okay, this year we're nominated against each other. Somebody's got to win. I was sure it was going to be him because he is a phenomenal writer, and writing is, storytelling is what this is about.
Oh.
He is so good. So it's humbling, but also really, really exciting to have won a category like this against such tremendous competition. In this particular case, there was a story here that it's almost too complicated for me to tell, which I always hate when people say that, because if it's on the news, you got to tell it.
Yeah.
So here's the gist of it.
But it gets to the challenge of writing and exactly why it takes such skill that deserves to be awarded.
This one has layers, but I'm going to tell you real briefly. It was about a woman who was the head of a book club. If you guys like fiction writers and fiction, so she had a fiction book club with like 5,000 followers online.
Okay.
And she posted a GoFundMe saying, "Hey, I've got a sick kid in the hospital. She really needs help. Can you please help out?" And everyone knew her as Dawn Angel. But on the GoFundMe, it said her name was Dawn Astudillo, and people got curious. And they looked up her name, and they found my investigation from 4 years earlier when she was running a babysitting, she was a babysitter running a daycare under a false name, and people were really concerned, like, what's this woman's background? It was a really mysterious case. And they said, I don't think this woman is who she's saying, and now there's concern for the child. Well, as it turned out, long story short, she was abusing this child. The child was in the hospital and had been taken away from her due to abuse. She was raising money for her legal defense.
Oh, my gosh.
And what made the story, I'm so proud of the story, is we took the sort of book club theme and we just went a long way with creative storytelling. But in the end, it wasn't about making light of anything. This was a really serious subject. She's currently in jail, and her child is now in the foster care system getting better care. So far as we know, she's gained weight back. She's in much better health. So the writing is what conveys all of this. And what makes me so proud of this one is it was our last story that called attention to this abuse when these people looked up her name. And that's really meaningful to know. When your work can make a difference, that means a lot.
Yeah, let me ask you, what was, in terms of timing, how long did it take you to write something like this and understand that this is a very complex story that needs to be told?
Well, I mean, writing complex pieces is hard. I tell people I hate writing. I'm good at it, I think. I like doing it. I hate writing. It's hard.
Wow.
Writing is really, taking really complex things.
Sure.
It's stressful. It's like, how do I organize this? How do I say this in a way that's compelling and interesting and leaves you with something that's memorable? But in the end, your question was, how long did it take? I mean, it probably took me, the story itself took a couple of months to put together.
Wow.
The writing probably took 2 days. But even at that, it's 2 days of just pulling your hair out.
Sure.
Oh, there's nothing that feels better than handing a finished script over to the editor and going, "It's yours now. I'm done."
I'm done.
And that is so. So I want to thank my editor Dave Machuda, who did a phenomenal job with the story. He's probably responsible for about 400 Emmy wins from various reporters because he's so good at what he does. It makes our words look amazing.
Yeah, sure.
So, but I want to thank him for that, and I want to thank everybody at Fox 6 for the support to do these kind of stories, because it's not often that you get to spend 2 months on a story, and obviously the end result is meaningful. So,
Brian,
I'm
congratulations.
going to say that it's a love-hate relationship with writing, right? You can't put all the blame.
I don't mean to.
It's not
I
just
don't mean to say it's bad. I'm just saying if people
It's-
think they're like, "Oh, you're good at it, you must love writing." No, it is a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, it's great to say
100%.
it that way. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. I love that.
And
Brian,
also how powerful, again, as you noted, that it was an original story.
Right.
And the preservation, the websites, the meaning that people were able to find it.
Right.
And then
I've been around a little too long. I remember when my stories would air one time, you put 2 months into something and it's gone.
Yeah.
So
now they
somehow-
live on and they can be
perpetuity,
shared
people can
and
see it.
seen. And frankly, the night it airs on TV doesn't mean much. It's what happens online,
There you go.
digitally, where our stories really grow and people find out about them. And I think that's where we have great power as journalists now, is when things get shared online and people can follow it and ask more questions and maybe bring you more stories. And in this case, it obviously made a big difference.
the power of journalism.
That's
Josh
huge.
and Brian, congratulations to you. We're going to bring on our next winner. You enjoy that statue. Thank you so very
Thank
much.
you. That's awesome talking to the writers like that. Come on over. We got another one. We got another winner. Let's go.
Hello.
Welcome in. Who we got here? So first off, thank you for joining us.
Lena Martino.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Lena Martina, you got the smile of a winner right now. First off, congratulations. This is for category 618, Sports Editor Composite. You're working for the United Center, I understand,
do,
correct?
yes.
The Madhouse on Madison.
It
First
is.
off, congratulations. What are you feeling right
Thank
now?
you. It's just, I wasn't prepared for it. I just came in hoping and it happened, and it's kind of a blur right now.
That's a good thing.
I gotta ask her really quickly if I can.
Please, you go.
Derrick Rose. I've just been told to ask you about the Derrick Rose piece. I'm a huge fan of Derrick Rose. It's sad to see what happened in his career, but talk to me about that and how that played a role in this composite, if you can.
They asked me to do his intro for the a jersey retirement announcement, and I worked with a bunch of other people in producing and writing the piece, and we came up with it. It was just part of my composite, one of the things that I'm proud about this year, and it was nerve-wracking because all eyes were on that moment.
Sure.
All eyes are on that moment. I mean, the Madhouse on Madison, it is true. That place is electric.
It's different.
I have a confession.
Go ahead.
I'm sort of a fair weather fan. I don't
They're 5-0
love
right now, aren't they?
watching
5-0 right
sports
now.
like on TV. But wow, when you're in that United Center
Yeah.
and you can just hear the cheers of the whole crowd.
It's true.
Amazing. And part of that is because of work like yours.
Yes, that and my entire team and the other departments that I work with, and
I've got to, because you mentioned something, now I have to ask you. We sometimes do work that we don't see who's watching it. We don't see who's sharing it. We just do it and then it's out there. You have to watch on the Jumbotron in front of thousands of fans. How is that?
It's nerve-wracking. It's scary because you don't know how the fans are going to react. And sometimes you see like a very cute reaction, and it makes all the long hours and sometimes tears and blood and all of it worth it when you see somebody enjoy something that you do.
That live proof of
Let alone,
performance.
somebody. I don't know. How big is the United Center? I'm guessing it's a lot more than one somebody.
It holds 22,000 people.
Oh, okay.
22,000 people
You get the
cheering
live
for
proof
your
of
work.
performance.
Anything else that was in your composite that you want to highlight?
I had some Blackhawks items in there as well, celebrating our Friday night hockey. It was just a special open for Friday night hockey games that we had a music video for, and it was just one of my favorite projects this year.
Well, that's huge. That's amazing. Lena Martino, thank you so much.
you.
And
Congratulations, Lena.
Congratulations. That's awesome. I love that. We don't talk often about that. Like when you're in a job like that and you get to see your work, but so do 22,000 other people in real time.
22,000 people, and most of the time I'm guessing it gets a standing ovation.
I know, exactly.
I've been one of them.
I'm telling
so
you.
this is how I know.
They're cranking them out this year. Looks like we got another win on the red carpet, and he is. Let's go. Looking good
Hello.
too. This is awesome. It's good to see you. Always
Amanda,
good to see you.
hello.
Oh my goodness.
Congratulations. All right, let's see this card so we can learn what we are celebrating. All right, Jason, I want you to pronounce your last name for me.
Raja Singha.
Raja Singha, congrats. And you have won as a director with Rad Productions, and this is for a Gamber Johnson's film. You want to tell us a little bit about the cinematic project?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, corporate films usually tend to be a little bit boring, but the client, Gamber Johnson, gave us full creative freedom. They were like, go ahead, do what you want. And we realized we could, like, if we wanted to do anything we wanted in central Wisconsin, we just need to give somebody a call. And everyone's just like a community there, and they're ready to help out. So the fire department, the police department pulled up, and they like kind of helped us bring that production value all the way up in our film. And I think that's what's really cool about central Wisconsin is that it's new, it's fresh. Not many people are doing a lot of things there. But since we passed the tax incentives there as well, film is starting to pour into central Wisconsin. So
Yeah,
you guys should make your way down there.
And tell us a little bit about Rad Productions USA for those who may not know.
So I've been a filmmaker for the past 15 years. Rad Productions is a relatively newer company in central Wisconsin, and we're super blessed to be able to open that and kind of bring a collective of creative filmmakers to challenge what is the norm of film and content.
All right, so share a little bit more. How is this original? I'm afraid we haven't yet seen the piece.
Sure.
So share, how does this depart from, as you said, some things can be sort of just corporate, static, play by the rule book?
Yeah, I mean, one of the coolest things about what we do is we like to make things epic.
Yeah.
And I think when you bring in production value, when you rope in like the police department and the community to come together, things look epic. And the production value, I think, really stands out with this entire film that we did. And people would be second guessing, was that really a corporate video that we just watched?
Yeah.
That's the idea. You want people to watch it and be like, I want to know more. And that's where I feel like the content plan is shifting. And that's what we're doing. We're kind of shifting that narrative of how things are told.
You see so often content creators doing what you do every day.
Yeah.
What differs from that? What we see on Instagram and Facebook, and then what you do, is it the same thing? Is it very similar? Can you describe that if you can?
I think it's a blending of both worlds. If you can do fast content, but also make it look good at the same time, make it look like a movie. And that is like our thing. Make it look as close to a movie as possible. Then you're starting to blur the lines. We're seeing that with documentaries today. Documentaries, you can't really tell them anymore. They look cinematic, right? They look like super cool production value. So that's our goal. How do we bring that into the corporate sphere as well?
And I see here as well that you built natural breaks into the video to help with the narrative pacing. Sometimes that
true.
is a risk to give a little bit of silence, to pause.
Yep. And hear nothing.
See? Right there.
It's awkward. Ah,
Feel
I just
really
started
awkward.
sweating when you
but
did
when it's done well,
Yes.
wow.
that. It's true.
I think, honestly, we're leaning into, again, the fire department and the police department. We only took that break when it was the 911 call. And the fire department was like, all right, we're on it. It really gave the emphasis of like what they do. And Gamber Johnson obviously serves these first responders with their gear. And so I think the emphasis was really about the fire department, and that break was just naturally incorporated.
It's huge.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations,
to
Jason.
You. That
It's
really
huge.
is awesome. Again, you won as director, and this was for rugged, reliable, and responsive.
That's huge. Outstanding craft achievement for directing. Congratulations, buddy.
Appreciate you guys.
Congratulations.
It was a pleasure. Bye-bye. Enjoy
Take
the
that
rest of the
trophy.
night.
Keep it shiny, all right? This is huge. We're talking to so many winners. I think we're going to take a break for a second here. We've got more winners that are lining up on this red carpet. We are so excited to be here.
67th Emmys, baby.
67! Oh!
We'll be back.
67!
We're going to have to do that all night long.
So we just learned a
We're
big lesson.
back.
Yeah,
and
we're back.
Yeah, we're really excited because you learn something new every day.
So this
right?
is 6'7", and don't ask me what it means. Don't ask me what it means.
But did you know there's also
A 4-1.
4-1?
4-1. Is that it, guys? Or is this?
Yeah, are we on it?
Is this? Yes.
All right,
Yes.
all right. Camera operators giving us the thumbs up.
I feel like I don't even know. What is
When
it?
it's the 67th Chicago Midwest Emmys Backstage Show Live, you gotta do 6'7".
You
at
gotta
least.
6'7" it.
I don't know, 6'7", fine, which we've probably done about that much already.
Oh my God! Don't turn, please. I know that was hard to watch, but that's what. Listen, we're learning with you. We got some more winners. I think we got a winner standing by,
Yes, we
and
do.
only thing better than the
All
trophy
right.
in his hand is the jacket
Right.
that he's rocking right now.
We
Let's
all
go.
know that we are here for the fashion, and you are too, all the time. Okay, give me this. What did you win for?
I won for outstanding, basically host of a show.
All
so
right,
yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah,
You,
these
are, you
titles-
are a great host. You've been
Thank you.
hosting tonight, in fact. You were
Yeah,
on the red carpet, and
you
then
stole my mic. You guys, I got replaced. How did I get replaced? What? How did this happen?
share. I'll
No, it's fine. Let me talk to you. I want to talk about you, though. I want to know more. Where did you get your start?
And tell me about how long did you want to know?
This is late for you. I have to say.
This is late.
This is late for you. Matt in the morning, if you're not familiar, you're not from Chicago.
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah, yeah.
Just a bit of-
Tell though, you're bringing the energy.
I'm pretty lucky. I don't need a lot to get going. I just need a little camera, and that's all we need.
And the lighting.
The light.
Yeah,
Let's.
yeah.
It does. We got the vibes here, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget to put the mic on you.
Oh, well, I mean, but it's all about you.
It's all about
You're
you.
so kind.
We've got to
You're so
talk
kind.
to you about this. First off, let's take a step back. You've got this, but you do a lot at NBC.
Yeah.
Talk about the time you wake up, what goes into that grind every single day for you. Matt in the morning. That segment.
Yesterday I started at 4:30. I got picked up, and then I was at the office until 4. So it was. No, that's
And I'm
not.
guessing when you arrived at 4, you had to get up at.
Yeah,
what
well,
time?
no. I got in the car at 4:30, and we drove to the site.
Okay.
And then it's just a full day, but I'm doing what I love, and I probably work too much, but it's all things that I love, and it's joyful moments. It's people that have great stories, positive. I'm lucky, some of our colleagues don't get to report on the happiness, and I'm so lucky that I get to go to work and know I'm not going to be talking about murder or a death or something horrible happening. So that to me makes it very easy. So I can't complain when
Celebrating the joys. What is it to you that makes a quality host? That you got a personality, you enjoy, sure, but what is it that brings it to Emmy award-winning level?
If you can be yourself when that camera's on and when that camera's off, and it's not much change. Obviously, there's some amplification. You get a little heightened when things are going on. But if it's the same person, then I think that is real, genuine talent. That's what I always strive for. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I want to be, if someone comes up to me in person or sees me on the TV, I want them to have the same experience.
What is I know that you get this question often. What is the best thing you've done this last year early in the morning? What's the best story, favorite moment that's gone viral?
Well, so many things. I do Matt in the morning. I do Chicago Today. I do another series called It's Okay to Ask Questions, which is fills my heart. So I get to scratch all the itches, so to speak. I get some fun silliness live in the morning with Matt in the morning, and then Chicago Today, we can get a little more in depth, and then It's Okay to Ask Questions. I really get in depth, and they're long form interviews. So I'm blessed at NBC to be able to get to do a lot of what I love and all the things that I love.
That's
And let me just say, it is more than okay to
Amen.
ask questions,
Amen.
and I love that you do get that space for exploration. Congratulations
Thank
once
you so
again,
much.
host with the most,
Let's
and
go.
a statue to prove
I know
it.
how hard this is, so good luck. Good luck.
Matt in the evening. We need to start that. We need Hey, got out of here. No one noticed. Congratulations, buddy. We've got more winners. Come on over here, friend. Come on over here, buddy. It's always good to see you, man. Always good to see you.
Let's do it.
Oh my goodness. First off, I told you earlier my favorite player is Derrick Rose. One of my favorite journalists is Derrick Rose as well.
Behind us, perhaps. Hi there.
Nice to meet you.
608-38 is a category number for reporter, specialty assignment, political, medical, consumer, transportation, traffic. This was
That
specifically
runs the gamut, man.
that runs a lot.
It was a lot to put in the composite, so I had a wide range of things to choose from. So it was good. I was able to fit everything in the 15-minute time limit, I think, too.
Talk about one of the things I'm looking at here. It says the entry begins with an in-depth look at the historic roots of Wisconsin's oldest black church. Tell us a little bit about that.
That was kind of a passion project because I grew up in the church, and I know how important it is, the faith is to my family, and specifically the black community. And in Milwaukee, there's so much bad that happens, but the church is really what a lot of the community is grounded in, that keeps us focused and keeps us motivated. And so to find the oldest black church, the woman who was in charge of that church, which was rare when the church was being developed in the black community, it was awesome to speak to her. Actually got a chance to speak to my pastor too, who was big in the Milwaukee community and has seen how the church has grown throughout the community and has been an important role for especially the kids. Because we know how much trouble, unfortunately, some kids are getting into. And to have a foundation of a church and a pastor who is not in the suit and tie and all dressed up and everything. He's down to earth. He's in the streets with everybody. He's real. He keeps real, tells you he's 100% transparent about his background and where he comes from, to let the kids in this community know where you are does not define you, but what you come from and your foundation, that's what keeps you going.
Now, something that is really special about your winning, I think, is that in a lot of shops you have people who are specialists. You'll have somebody that is a writer, somebody that's the producer, somebody that does the editing, and that's wonderful because people have these different skills and loves.
Sure.
But you did all of it.
For a couple of the videos that were in the composite art, we do what we call vertical videos, and it's to really engage with our digital audience. So after I'm finished writing a story, I'm taking additional video, putting it in our editing system, put some text on it, and putting it out digitally to capture that audience. That was really, I know the bosses are happy with that because they're really pushing the vertical videos. I think in every station.
Absolutely.
So I was glad to include that as a part of this this composite. But what I also wanted to mention are the photographers that I got to work with, because you all know we're nothing without the photogs.
Absolutely.
Their creativity, their vision, their editing, their skill, their eyes, their ears, and to what they do to put a piece together even better than the vision that you had. You're like, come on.
They do have a vision.
Sure.
They do. And it's often better than the talent. Often.
Almost.
Probably 99% of the time.
That's a good point. Derek, we appreciate you. Congratulations to you. Are you up for any more tonight, or is this the only
few
one?
more, yeah.
A few
Few
more.
more,
Well, maybe we'll see you back on the couch, huh?
Okay, all right.
We'd love to have you.
God willing. Let's go.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
This is awesome. Take this card with you too,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Appreciate you, man. That's awesome. You talk about it. Everything's going digital nowadays.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody's talking about digital. Everybody's talking about
Who
taking those
isn't on their
vertical
phones all the time?
It's true.
I gotta say, I couldn't even part with mine. It's maybe like right
It's maybe
behind
right
the
be-
couch.
I can hear
It's not.
there's
It's
something
not in
vibrating
some
back
back room. It is nearby. Let's have our next winner.
Look at that.
Come
Look,
on
talking
up.
about the phone.
See,
He's
here
on
we
the
go.
phone,
On it
baby.
right now. Sharing the good news, perhaps.
I think
Telling
so.
family and friends.
We have a couple more nominations, and I think they're getting close. And I was like, I want to know
Hey,
how much
I
time I
got
have.
it. Yes.
to
All right. Well, here,
out
let
here.
me see
Let's
this
get you
card
in and
here,
out
so
of
we
here.
can say, all right.
Yeah.
Nicholas
I hate to cut it
DeGrazia,
short, but-
congratulations. We
Thank you.
understand. Hey, if
Yeah.
you got to get up there to be celebrated, we know. All right, and can you share a little bit about this? Is with UCP Sequent opening doors with Bitter Gesture Studios for short form content.
Yeah, so UCP Seguin of Greater Chicago. UCP stands for United Cerebral Palsy.
Okay.
It's become much more than that over the 50 years that they've been around. They work with people with special needs, so developmental, physical, emotional disabilities. And our goal with this project was to introduce people to what this organization does, which is some just incredible services, from social events to housing to medical services, you name it. And what I said in my speech when I won the award was, especially like with all of the BS happening in the world today because of people looking different, when you don't have a voice to speak for yourself, especially, which a lot of people with special needs don't, either because they can't or they don't want to, knowing that they're real people and they're integrated in the community, just going up and saying hello, how hard is that? And it makes the world a better place.
My mom has worked with adults with special needs for over 32 years, so that hit home. Last question for you. We know you got to get back in there. Talk about how do you make something so powerful and poignant in 10 minutes? I can imagine that's a challenge.
Well, it's hours and hours, plural, of footage, right? But I think that what it goes back to is from the core of the project, spending time with these people, spending time with the staff, but especially the participants, getting comfortable with them and getting to know who they are. And then it's not like doing an interview. It's more just hanging out, finding out their story, writing that story as best you can into a script that you know is going to blow up when you get on set. But then that's the joy of it. It's like, I always tell people, pre-production is planning for the 10 things that you know are going to happen. Production is the 11th and 12th and 13th that you didn't see coming. And that is like what happens on these sets. But it's a beautiful experience. It ends up being a lot of fun. And I think that getting to the core of the story is just about rewatching and whittling away and getting down to the core of it. And if you can make people laugh and cry and have their heartbeat all in the same time, you've
They're going to remember it. They're going to hold on to it. Before we let you go, where can folks watch?
So it's on YouTube. So Google UCP Seguin.
Okay.
It's UCP Seguin, and you'll find it. This particular project is UCP Seguin Opening Doors.
Opening Doors.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Everybody enjoy that, and congratulations. Maybe we'll be seeing you back on the couch soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's
Yep.
hope.
Congrats. We've got another winner here. We've got one more. She's been waiting. Here she comes, looking gorgeous. She's got the trophy. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Right, and here, let me seal this card. You go ahead, introduce yourself, please.
I am Ashley Washburn. I'm a sports reporter in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And
WTMJ.
Yeah, first Emmy. This is insane. You caught me when I wasn't crying anymore. So
Oh my gosh. Talk
All right,
about
I
that.
can't tell. You don't look like.
well, good. That's the waterproof mascara that I was wearing today. We've learned along the way.
It's
yeah,
valuable.
this is just incredible. I've been nominated a few times, and so to win in a composite with people that I was nominated against are just incredible, and people I look up to. I mean, that's just an honor within itself.
Now
so.
I'm going to go ahead and read this. From locker rooms to pit lanes, this entry captures the fast-paced, high-impact world of Wisconsin sports. Did you actually get to ride in an Indy car?
I did, yeah. That was like the most insane experience. IndyCar.
To tell the tale.
I lived to tell the tale. We did have to sign like an agreement of if anything happened, they weren't liable for it. But yeah, it was reaching like 4 or 5 G-forces in the corner. We're going about 180 miles per hour. It was insane, but one of the most incredible experiences. And I lived to tell the tale, like you had said.
The key to a composite has been in an Indy car.
It's putting your life at risk.
Oh, is
right?
that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You really got to go above and beyond to bring home one of these.
Yeah, no, and then there were the NFL draft being in Green Bay was incredible. That was a part of it. The Brewers playoff run.
Oh, yeah.
So there's been a lot of stuff happening in Milwaukee
that's
sports-wise.
awesome.
So
That's huge.
yeah, super blessed. And like I said, the people I was nominated against, I mean, I was just honored to be nominated in the first place.
Talk about being a female in this position, being a sports
I said
anchor.
that when I accepted this award. I mean, there's so many highs and lows within this career, and I thank God getting me through those lows, and this is totally by His power. But I've met some amazing women in this industry, and it's just such an honor to be in a space and be respected in this industry. It hasn't been easy, but we all deserve a space in this world, and especially in women. I think we have such a power being able to connect the emotional side sometimes, and it's such an honor to have this award and be a woman in sports.
Have the opportunity, look at what you can do with it. Clearly, you have done so much. 180 miles per hour and not stopping is my guess.
That was intense.
Anybody want to say hello to? You're probably watching right now. Anybody at home?
I have to give a huge shout out to my parents. They have been a part of my journey the entire time. They've made so many sacrifices so I can be in this career. And so I just want to say thank you for never thinking my dreams were too big. And if anything, were telling me to dream bigger. And again, just all the glory to God, and especially my station for giving me a chance to come here. I'm a California girl, so the fact that they brought a girl to the Midwest, I mean, thank you for taking a chance on me. Believe it or not, I've always wanted to live in the Midwest.
Oh, that's
sports.
I do believe
What?
it because
Sports
it's the
is
best.
just the sports here is so different. This is like religion for people in
absolutely.
terms of whether it's Bears, Packers.
Yep.
And so
I'm glad you put Bears first. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm in Chicago. I have to
There you go.
speak to the people.
There you
yeah.
go.
And so it's just an honor to be here in Milwaukee. And I also just want to give a shout out to Carly Murata. We're about to have our first female sports director in the Milwaukee area.
Huge.
And so this is just an awesome thing to be able to keep
Trailblazing.
trailblazing, breaking glass ceilings, all the above.
First Emmy to celebrate it all with. Enjoy and congratulations to you. This is amazing.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thanks so much. We hope to see you back. All right, and somebody else is getting ready to take the couch. So.
Oh my goodness, that's huge.
Yeah,
Congratulations to her. And I love
really
to hear
is
those stories
powerful.
too.
Me too.
This is great. This is great. Come on in. Welcome in.
Hi there.
Congratulations.
How are
Thank you. I'm David.
Amanda,
Nice to
hello
meet
there.
you.
David.
Joshua, nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me,
And may
guys.
you share, David, your last name, what did
Of
you
course.
win? What's on this Emmy?
David Yeomans, very happy to be here for Best Weather Anchor this year from CBS News Chicago.
Let's go. Talk about the importance of that, because I think a lot of people take it for granted when they're watching at home, whether people can get 50% right or wrong. And that's what they always
You've
say.
never heard that before.
Yeah, but talk about the importance, because your job is really has a lot of lives on the line sometimes, right?
Well, we all have weather apps on our phones,
Amen.
right? And admittedly, I check mine sometimes too. But we have a crucial role still, and hopefully for a little while going forward before AI takes everybody's job, at keeping people safe during severe weather. You know, that's when people really tune into the news and people really tune into the weather. Is that tornado going to hit my house, or is that flash flood going to flood my basement? So we want to be there every day for people, but we want to be there on the dangerous days most so. And that's really for what this composite was. It was our biggest tornado outbreak in history. More than 40 tornadoes in the Chicago area in 2 nights. More than 30 of those were in 1 night. Last summer. You guys might remember.
I remember that.
You remember.
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Never. What is it, though, that you think makes it? Because I think, as you said, sometimes people hear the weather, you get the warnings, and it can feel a little like, all right, whatever. I still got to go to the grocery store. I still got to get to work. What do you do to make people get a true understanding of, no, listen, I mean it this time, y'all?
I think saying something like that, we're all human. We don't have to be buttoned up all the time. If I, hit the desk and look at the camera and say, listen, like, this is a really dangerous situation, I think it's important as a weathercaster, as a meteorologist, to express the seriousness of the situation. If the situation's not serious, then tell me that. If it is, then where do I need to go? What do I need to do? That's what we try to do.
Talk about your colleagues. You're not by yourself in this. I know you had a lot of help in this. Talk about them. Give them a shout out real quick if you want.
Well, shout out to our chief meteorologist, Albert Ramon, because he has been best weather anchor the last 2 years. So that means last 3 years. You guys listening? CBS News Chicago, best meteorologist of the year. You better tune into Channel 2.
First newsroom I ever interned in was CBS Chicago.
Really?
Yep. So I've got it. Yeah. Yes.
No, it's a great team. I'm still a new guy in town. I've been there for 1.5 years. Came up from Austin, where I was for a long time. So I appreciate, our bosses having faith in me, giving me this chance. Chicago's just been an amazing place to live.
Awesome.
Never mind the opportunity. So thank you guys.
But hopefully not a ton of severe weather. I don't want to give you too much opportunity.
I didn't know I was moving to Tornado Alley. What's going on?
Still, we're safe. We've got a lot going for us,
know.
right?
It's a great spot.
It's an exciting job, but not too exciting.
Not too exciting, but the weather always keeps me entertained here, and I think it always will.
Great stuff.
will
It
too.
challenges you.
Thank you
you.
guys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks for having me.
Great stuff.
Chicago is glad to have you as well.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. You hear about those stories all the time, and I mean, you hear 40 tornadoes in 2 nights. That's insane.
I
That's
take
crazy.
it seriously. Have you ever been in a tornado?
Oh my God, never in a tornado, but in a situation where we've got to report and tell people to look out.
Yeah.
It's not hard. What they do is a godsend.
Go to the basement, listen. They
Yeah.
are smart. These meteorologists know what they're talking
This
about.
guy looks familiar. I don't know if we talked to him already. Did we talk to him already?
Winners.
I saw you earlier. I was like, wait a minute. Hey,
you doing?
congratulations, first off.
so much.
Welcome in.
This is for feature and human interest. I know this is a difficult category to win because these are the really often the compelling, sometimes tearjerker stories. It can be really difficult. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. And it was actually a split category. So there were 2 winners. Mike Lowe, I think you've already spoken to from WGN. He wins a few of these.
A few. I don't know
I
how he
think
gets
he's
in
got
the
a
car.
record.
He's got-
I'm not kidding. I've got to double check that. We do like her facts here,
Yeah,
but
we got
I
to.
think I'm well served.
How was that important, by the
Carl
way?
Deffenbaugh, by the way.
Yes, thank you very much.
When you're
you
in
got
a-
the name right.
and when you're-
Impressive.
when you're in a category with
Yeah.
someone like Mike Lowe here in Chicago, well, talk about the challenge. Talk about that.
You obviously assume you're not going to win, so that's the easy part, I guess. But to be honest, he's been a longtime friend, honestly a mentor to some degree. So to share the stage with him up there, I've learned so much watching his stories, and he's been really nice to me over the years. He came from our station, so I'm up at Fox 6 in Milwaukee. He started there before moving to Chicago and has a lot of love for our shop. So it's beautiful to be up there with him.
Okay, so I want to focus a little bit on one of your composite featured 3 stories, but just because this sounds fun, Rebirth of the Turf.
Hey, all right, not the one I thought you would pick.
You thought it was going to go purple trombone?
Thought so.
Right.
It's a good
I thought
one,
you were
but
too.
hopefully they all are. Yeah, so Rebirth of the Turf is this iconic sports park, skate park in Milwaukee that was buried under the ground for decades, kind of lost to time, and then because of a fluke construction project.
Like in Atlantis or something.
Yes, it was unearthed during a fluke highway construction project, and all of these people who skated it decades ago, this was like the spot in Milwaukee, came about tried to get things rolling again, and now it's reopened as of the last year as a great skate park, drawing the likes of Tony Hawk back in the day. He's hoping to come back. Yeah, so in that culture, it's got this amazing history, and it was lost to time until recently.
Talk about what are the keys to success? What's the cheat code? When a category like this is not easy, I know it has a lot to do with your photographer as well.
Absolutely,
Talk about those things that go into the components.
We work with very talented photographers. The editors on this as well are wizards back in the studio, so they kind of make the words come alive and sing in the story. But we have a great staff up there at Fox 6, so I'll say that.
But do you have a pattern that you follow in terms of, say, writing first or talking out with your videographer before you go to a shoot, or just when you're there? Share a little bit of how you do this and bring it up a level.
I think thankfully I used to be a photographer, or at least a one-man band, so I think visually, which I think helps with the photographers, we're able to kind of go into a story with an idea of, okay, what's going to make this pop, right? We're a visual medium, you have to have that aspect to it. So I think that helps in the beginning, and then the editing process, it's kind of a leave your egos at the doors type thing, right? Like, I'm going to have some thoughts, they're going to have some thoughts for me, and we're going to make the best story possible as a result.
This is great stuff. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
To you.
I appreciate it.
And shake Mike's hand, because I know that was scary,
He'll
man.
probably be back.
I have no doubt.
I have no doubt. Congratulations
Bye,
to
Carl.
you.
It was a pleasure. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Congratulations, buddy.
Enjoy the rest of the night.
That's huge. That's a big category,
All right.
especially when you got Mike Lowe in that. It's huge. That's huge.
I love that. We're just going to call it the low legend from here on out.
Let's do it.
Hi
We got another
there.
winner. Oh my gosh! Congratulations.
Yay,
Who we got here?
We got a double team.
Oh my goodness. First off, category number 613. This is the audio recording, mixing, and design, live post-production. This is a composite for Captivate Film Company as well. Amy Johnson.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Who is this guy right here?
This is my son, Jack Brown, who was with me when I won my first Emmy when he was 2 months old, and I have a picture of him on the red carpet.
We can zoom in.
We can zoom in on this.
Can I hold it up? I think they got us on this shot right here, so I'm going to hold it up to this camera.
There
Look
he
at that.
is.
You were 2 months. How old are you now, buddy?
12.
Just yep. So we're going to recreate the picture. I'm going to try to hold him, and I'm going to try.
You
I'm
should
going
do
to
it.
try.
You've got to do it.
I know. I will try. I will try. I'll hurt myself, but we'll try.
Oh my God!
We will
Talk
try.
about this this category. Talk about Captivate Film Company as well.
Yes, I've been doing this since 2002. Just love doing what I do. When I won, I have no idea what I said, but I do know I want to thank God for blessing me with this talent that I get to make a living doing. I want to thank my husband, who is not here because he only dresses up once a year. And,
and that's at the Christmas
and
party.
That was for a different event. And
Okay.
then my 6-year-old daughter, Lila, who is at home right now, who will not watch this because she said I was going to screw up and embarrass her.
Oh, is that what it was? And yet she said
Daughters
6'7",
are
didn't she?
brutal, right?
Yeah.
But Amy is here.
It's weird.
Your mom won. Maybe she can rewind.
Right.
I think this goes up on YouTube afterwards.
This is
She'll
huge.
be able to celebrate, and you got your son here. And this is part of, as we're joking, obviously a little bit here, but you talk about the emotion that you bring into audio editing.
Yes, the audio aspect to me is just as important as the visual aspect. I always start our edits with the audio aspect, and I feel like if you tell that story with the audio and you listen to it with your eyes closed and the story is already there, then when you put the visuals in, it's just like the icing on the cake. And the audio really just brings, I think, the story to life by adding multiple layers of sound effects and ambient sound, and you can just create a whole audio experience besides the visual experience.
I'm going to say, Amy, congratulations to you, but I'm more interested. This guy right here looks like he's a professional. It looks like, look at this guy. I mean, I know you're proud of him, too.
I am very proud. He's not wearing sweatpants. He doesn't even own jeans. This is as dressed up as he's going to get before he ever gets married, maybe. This is it.
Oh, my goodness.
This is it.
Is 6'7" a thing for you?
I mean, kind of. I don't know. It's from like a song or something.
It's from a song or something,
Yeah.
right? But you don't even say it often, do you?
Not really.
You know, okay, all right.
He's here for 6th grade bragging rights.
6th grade
This is 6th grade bragging rights.
Yeah.
Right now, so you can, tell his friends I went to
and
the
now you can
Emmys.
tell your friends you've been to the 67th annual Emmys.
Oh my gosh, is it really?
I know. It's great. Look, first off, Amanda's over here dying, and I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry, we're just talking.
No,
And
it's-
she's go for it.
It's okay. First off, record on this. This is the audio you need right here.
This is, yes. Just keep coughing. Yes, clean this up.
Clean this up. Congratulations to you, and congratulations to you, buddy. We're going to take a break really quickly because we got to do CPR on Amanda real fast. Please.
Gray and Zane and Agnes and Tina and Jean who are watching at home, it is past your bedtime. Go to bed. Shout out to you all.
Go to bed. Go to bed. You got 1 minute while we run this break. You get to stay up.
Yes, you get to go party.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you as well, buddy. We'll be right back. Stay there. We can confirm Amanda is doing just fine. She's taking a drink. She is doing fine. She's reapplying, and she'll be back. She will be back. Everything is good. I've got another winner with me here, winners, if you will. First off, introduce yourself to the crowd.
Hi, I'm Lucas Hibden, one of the editors at Spirit Juice Studios.
I'm Alexandra Bartman, another editor at Spirit Juice Studios.
This is Outstanding Achievement for Commercial. This is a campaign, Find Your Light at the Catholic University of America. Tell us about it.
It was sincerely just an honor to do, first of all. Cody Hilliard was our director, and it was a beautiful showcasing of all the different programs at Catholic University of America, but Cody has a very artistic eye and a vision, and just had so many ideas to bring these projects to life, these videos to life, and it had a lot of people come together to bring their own strengths, their own strong suits, into something truly beautiful. It was just a joy and an honor to be a part of into the late hours of the night on some nights, and it was totally worth it, absolutely.
Talk about the challenges. I mean, I can imagine, I'm looking here, it's a few folks one other person in the category here, but talk about the challenges in general. Trying to win something like this, getting an award for something like this, it's not easy to relay that message.
No, it's just a lot of hard work and a lot of long hours put into it, especially working for the Catholic University of America. I mean, they're just a joy to work with, but you know, it's just a lot of hard work that went into this, a lot of collaboration and everything like that. Yeah.
For those who don't know, where is the Catholic University of America located? For those who may not know,
I believe Washington D.C. Okay, I did not want to get that wrong. Cool. Okay, so glad that was correct.
You got it right. You got the statue already, bud.
And that's they're gonna take it away.
Yeah, right, exactly. But that's huge. To do a story like that in Washington for everyone to care, is that a challenge?
Yeah, absolutely, and especially because of course, when you're working for clients, it's like you have a vision, and they trusted our vision, and there's some back and forth in that, and it was super rewarding for them to see our vision come to life. They were super happy with it. We were super happy with it. Again, like she said, there were some late hours into the nights, and it was a really special experience for me. So, yeah.
That's huge. Congratulations
Thank
to you.
you.
Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
You guys, this again, 505, this is Outstanding Achievement for Commercial, and this is a campaign. How long was the commercial? Do you remember time, by the way?
I believe each was 30 or 60.
Each of them was about a minute long. There were like 5.
There are 5 of them total. So,
awesome. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. I believe we got some more winners. I'm going to have you guys step off for a second, take some pictures, do your thing. You may be back here later on. We've got some more winners here. Come on in. You guys, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you both. Thank you. Oh, really? Oh, this is your people. Come on in. Come on in. Amanda will be back shortly. She is on her way back very soon. No worries. I want to bring you guys in. Congratulate. We got the whole family here. Let's go. How are you?
Doing great. My name is Marissa.
Nice to meet you, Marissa. And your name?
Kelly.
Christopher.
Christopher, you have the trophy, Christopher. This is for, and I'm looking here, it looks like a public service announcement, single spot campaign. This is for Handmade with Love Company, Spirit Juice Studios. Not the first time we've said that name tonight, by the way. Congratulations. Talk about the brainchild. Talk about, for those who don't know, what this was all about.
Well, I guess it was really just encountering Charles Shepard, who is just a lovely man who he saw a need, right, for children who don't have Christmas presents. And he took it upon himself to build out of wood in his garage so many Christmas toys that, kids who in need could receive every year. He brought them literally in bags, like Santa Claus, to local centers that could distribute them. And it was just so beautiful getting to meet him and tell his story.
The outcome of the story. Have we seen anything as relation to the story that has happened?
Yes, so awareness, right? Everybody needs to know that there's kids in their own community who are in need, and just a way that they can partner with Charles and with his local Knights of Columbus Council, with the other organizations who are giving these presents to these kids who are in need, whether that's through their time or whether it's through extra funding. And so that's the outcome of this.
I'm looking at this. It says, this Christmas, the Knights of Columbus bring joy and hope to foster and at-risk children with handmade wooden toy cars, as you just said. This began in the 1980s. All those years, 30 years. How do you do a story like that now? Why was it so relevant to do it now?
I think really it's because they took it upon themselves to keep it going. It started years ago, and people who were inspired by that, including Charles, decided we need to keep this going. And they really took it upon themselves, banded together, and continued the initiative. And so really it's a testament to, it started years ago, and it still is happening today because of that dedication.
That's huge. Your dedication as well matters, and it's important. Thank you. Take this and take that trophy. Congratulations to all of you all. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you, guys. And based on the record right now, y'all might be back. So have fun, you guys. Thank you, guys. We'll have more winners here momentarily. My friend Amanda is back. She's back. Amanda, she's back. She's alive. She's well.
Even well. Yeah. I put on fresh lipstick.
You look great. And we talked about this. You're going to put on a fresh lipstick anyway. It looks
I was
good.
going to. This was always the plan.
Oh, this is good.
I need to do. This was. Did they give an Emmy for drama?
Did they give an Emmy for drama?
I brought it, baby.
And jump scare? You win that one. I'll tell you that. You're doing good. That's also great.
And I knew you could take over. This was a test. You
Is that what it
aced
was? It's a challenge?
100%.
I do better
How
with you.
it was. How awkward can we make this? And then. How great can Josh do solo? Is Amanda even necessary?
We took our temperature, and it was 6-7.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wait,
that's the last one of the day. 4-1? 4-1?
Forget what one's up, what one's down.
4-1. Is that it? 4-1.
You know what? It doesn't matter because we've got some more winners.
Save us. We've got some more winners, and they look familiar to me. Oh, look at this. We got some trophies. We got a few of them.
Hello.
The dress is beautiful.
Jason
the
is
trophies
back.
are
This
great.
time joined by some friends.
It is so good to see you guys. Is this the one right here? Looks like you just
You're
like that?
Hope, I believe?
Yes, I'm Hope.
Oh my God.
Jason and
Kevin.
Kevin.
It is good to see you.
So this is the second win for this entry. We've already talked about it, but tell us a little bit about your team members and who was responsible for what in this winning commercial.
I'm Hope, and I was an executive producer on this project. Jason directed, and we had Kevin, our script writer.
Oh, the scriptwriter over here. Talk about this. Talk about something like this. I want to read this really quickly. This is the entrant. For those who don't know, it's a commercial single spot. Gamber Johnson, rugged, reliable, responsive. Again, Rad Productions USA LLC.
It's an honor to be here with these guys as just one of the writers of the spot. But yeah, we had to find a way to make it fun, and that involved a lot of riding around on fire trucks and
that does
police
sound
cars.
fun, as long as there's not an actual fire. That's not the most fun.
Well, and I was gonna say, the fire department. So we filmed this in Stevens Point, Central Wisconsin, and I think it was you that reached out to the local fire department and police departments, and we're like,
Fire Department,
"Hey,
yeah.
do you guys want to help us with a commercial?" And they were like, Yes, we do.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Let's do it. So he got basically the entire emergency response team.
Description. It says, I wanted to craft something that would grab attention and hold it. A film that not only told their story, but made some noise. It's literally made some noise, I'm assuming.
I hope so. And honestly, we just have to thank Gamber Johnson because, again, giving us that creative flexibility when Kevin and I walked in on pre-production, they were just like, hey, we trust you guys, just do it.
Did you have to ask for it, or they wanted that creativity and originality right when you were hired?
That's a really good question. I think there's a special few clients that we always get every year that's like, hey, we see something in you, we want to trust it, let's just go. And 6-7, you know?
Is that what that means?
That's exactly what it
meaning now.
means.
We're gonna
Amanda.
make it mean.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
need a category called 6-7.
6-7.
This is great, though, and it says a lot about you all and the cinematic project. Congratulations to you all for this. 2 wins for this project. Again, already interviewed you, and now we have.
What are our 3 R's again? Rugged, reliable,
and responsive. That's great stuff. That sounds
And
like me
each
every
of
morning.
you seem rugged, reliable, and responsive.
Every
So
morning.
thank you very much. You're rugged, you're responsive, you're reliable. Is that how we're going to do it? Did I get it right? All right.
Hey, congratulations, guys.
Thanks
Congratulations.
so much to each of you. Enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy that.
Man, we've got some more winners coming up in just a moment. I think we want to go to break here for a second. We might want to go to break. We're going to do that. We're going to go to break. We've got some more winners right now who are waiting to join us. This is a fun night. You're back.
I'm back.
You're back.
And
This is
I'm
great.
bad,
And I'm
baby.
bad. We'll be right back. Stay there.
And good evening. Welcome back to the 67th Chicago Midwest Emmys Backstage show live, and we have some fresh winners. I am joined by Matt Romito of Cubs Productions. Congratulations.
Thank
to
you.
Matt, and also
I've got Pat
partner in
Gastel.
crime here.
Yeah, Pat Gastel over here, Cubs Productions as well. This is great. So you got 507. You go with that one first. That one is for which one?
This is for the program non-news promotion, a single spot or long-form promotional spot. And in particular, this is celebrating a new jersey that the Cubs wore that has a lot of Chicago flavor and tunes in it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first off, we're fortunate that, we work at an organization that supports us doing this type of work, but also allows us to tell such great stories. And, it seems silly highlighting a jersey would fall under that, but there's a lot to the jersey and celebrating, electric blues in Chicago, which is kind of where it was born. And, the jersey pays a lot of homage to that. And, our role in that is really just promoting it. And I just have to say I'm fortunate to come to work every day with such a talented group of people. I've been with the Cubs for over 10 years now, and still every single day, every year, I'm impressed with the work that's done by the people I work with. So.
I gotta say, I don't think jerseys are silly at all. It's such a visual representation, and as people who are in a medium that is very visual, this is one of the ways that you can really show it. You can tell a story, and it's all about any way that you can make a connection.
And while we're fortunate, we have one of the more iconic home jerseys in baseball and all of sports, I would say. And so, we don't take it lightly anytime, we put something new out there. So a lot of care and thought went into it, and I think I'd like to think our fans received it well and really enjoyed it.
Let's talk about this spot for you, Pat. This is in 2025. The Chicago Cubs opened the MLB season with a special series in Japan. Tell us about that and why this spot was so important in creating the hype around it, if you will.
It was such a unique experience. The Cubs played in Japan in the year 2000, and this is the 25th anniversary of the Cubs returning to Japan to start the season again, and we wanted to showcase that series in a very special way. So the spot we put together was two of our Cubs players, Seiya Suzuki and Shota Imanaga, as kids, as they're like watching the game from 2000 and getting excited and inspired to play in the current game. So I really want to thank our Cubs Productions team for putting a ton of work into this. So much detail went into it.
So you said a ton of work, and this is about a minute long, maybe less?
Yeah, I mean, there was set decorators and trying to make sure that we are getting everything right. We had, tried to make it look like we were in Japan when we're in Chicago, which is kind of difficult to do. So just kudos to the crew for putting something together, and one of our favorite projects that we've worked on. Great post-production, great pre-production, great execution. Really loved it.
And what were you responsible for in UMass?
For which one?
By the way, Matt's a double winner here, by the way.
This one is Matt and Pat for this one. This is sports promotion single spot campaign.
So I'm the executive producer of the group, so, various degrees on this one. I actually think this particular one was Pat's brainchild.
Yeah, the Japan spot was an idea that I had, but certainly everybody on our team elevated that idea, which is really awesome, as everybody brought a little bit more creativity to it. And so, big team effort for Cubs Productions.
Awesome.
Congratulations to both of you, and hope this night continues to be a great one for you.
Here I say, from a Sox fan, go Cubs, go. Don't sue me. We've got some more winners.
That's recorded, by the way.
It's recorded, isn't it? Oh, my gosh. Congratulations. We're going to make room for some more winners. I know you guys will probably be back anyway, so congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
We've got some more winners coming up from the red carpet.
On by?
We got some more. We got one more, or do we have? Actually, before we get to the winners, we've got a special guest coming up.
Special guest. Oh, yes. This is really an incredible.
Come on over here, Roz. Oh, my God. Roz Varon, you know her. You love her. Give me a hug. It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
Hi there, Roz.
See you. And you've got two guests with us along, your husband and this beautiful baby right here.
My ex-husband.
Yeah.
Sarah's dad.
Sarah's dad, my ex-husband.
That's the most important job title of all.
That's great.
Thank you.
Know it.
I know that.
And so this is really.
Hi, Lola.
Hi there. This is probably a very poignant time for you. We are here. Your daughter passed away in January.
Yes, January 1st of this year.
And Now there is a special Natus scholarship honoring her legacy and really the power that she brought to life and to this very organization.
That's correct. You know, just growing up, we saw it coming. And I said, like I said out there, she grew up in a television household. Mom, one side of the lens. I'm on the other side, the tech side. She got something from everything, but she picked the camera. But, you know, going in, she's an artist, I said. She's a photographer, musician, editor.
She composed music, which I didn't realize how much she had composed until I went through some of her devices after she passed. I found a lot of songs.
Wow. And so this is for the Sarah Jans Scholarship.
Take
and
your shot. I
there
believe
was, in fact, recently a fundraiser, and it was very successful, but we're going to continue, I think, to have an opportunity to contribute to this fund so that more students can be recipients in the future going forward and again, share her legacy.
That
That
picture hits me because there's something that you may not have known. I went to school with your daughter. And I know her very well. And she worked on a show that I had the honor of hosting.
I know that.
And,
I knew that.
And so those pictures hit me because I worked with all those guys.
You're all grown up now.
I'm all grown up.
I remember you from high school.
Your daughter was special. Talk to folks about your daughter and who she was. For those who don't know, that smile was contagious, even behind the camera.
Truly. Sarah, you know, all the things we've been saying about her being artistic and talented, she was also silly.
Well,
she had
silly.
Yeah, but she did.
That's an understatement, eh?
24/7.
She
24/7.
was so much fun to be around. And when you say that she had that smile, it was infectious. And that's why I love doing things with her. I mean, I would break out in a spontaneous Broadway song in the middle of an airport, and she'd be like, Mom! And then she'd start singing with me, you know?
You know, I heard that mom a lot because she'd be with me. So 2 households, right? Growing up, 2 households. And, you know, she came over one day and we're coloring, whatever we're doing. And she said, you know, Mom's got all these rules. I got to make my bed. I got to do this. I got to do that. I said, well, you know what? There's one rule here. She said, what's that? I said, there are no rules here.
Ooh, I like that rule.
Just like
I don't know if I would if I was mom, but.
But the first rule was, now get to bed. So, but that's how we did it.
This scholarship is the Take Your Shot Scholarship. Why did you decide to give it that designation? What about Sarah really is inspiring journalists to take their shot?
So the Take Your Shot name for the scholarship, I credit to Val Warner. She came up with it, but me too. The reason is because Take Your Shot, she was a photographer. Take Your Shot for students wanting to take a shot at a broadcast career and not throwing away my shot because we were both theater geeks. So that's why.
I will never be able to hear that song without thinking of her. And I hope that stays true for many in the audience. And by the way, you can, as I mentioned previously, contribute to the scholarship
I believe
fund.
we have a QR code, and if it's not here, I believe there is a website people can go to as well. Can you tell people how to donate? Because this is important for a lot of young students who have goals and visions of being on or around TV.
To donate to the scholarship, it's pretty simple. You can go on the Natus Chicago Midwest Chapter website.
Right.
I mean, Google it, Natus Chicago,
link.
and you get on there and
There's a link.
scholarships, and you'll see it. And there's a whole little backstory there, and some nice pictures. So yes, please. Also, can I just say one other thing?
We just want to make sure and get the website in there for everybody too.
The website for Natus?
Oh, the Natus website, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, but last week we had a fundraising event at the Des Plaines Theater called Stars for Sarah, and it was a variety show. Well, the owner of the theater, Ron Onesti, just told me that he wants to make this an annual event.
Are you serious? That's breaking news.
Yeah.
That's
We'll
huge
see how it
news.
goes, you know?
Wow.
Take it to the next step.
It's so funny. I see Sarah smile right there. Even when you smile too, buddy, I see the smile. It comes out in both of you, and she was a light. She was a light to so many people, and I think this scholarship is just her lasting legacy. So thank you both for sharing your daughter with the world.
I'm sure it will continue to be successful.
Talk about her.
Any final words before we?
Yeah, I do. I love you, Sarah.
Ah!
I love you.
That's great. You got to see it.
I love you more.
You got to see it. Oh, you got
I tell my daughter that every day.
Oh.
Yep.
You guys, it's hard to not get choked up in this moment, but I'll tell you, for both of us, we're honored to talk to you both. Thank you. And we're honored to have you guys with us tonight.
You're very, I'm so sorry that this is the reason, yet I am really hoping that a lot of people hear this story and understand the significance of honoring this legacy, paying it forward.
Yes.
Support the
Support the
Academy.
Academy. It's too important, especially
Take your
nowadays.
shot.
Yeah. We're going to take a break. I don't know if we're supposed to or not, but I'm going to call it audible because I think we deserve to do that in this moment. Thank you so much for joining us both. Thank you. We're going to go to a break. We're going to have more winners, guests joining us, more trophies. But we want to leave this note for another minute for people to go to that website and contribute to that. As we
Do
think
some
it's important.
Googling.
Do some Googling really quickly. We'll be right back. Stay there. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. Before we get to our next guest and another trophy here, we just had this powerful interview with the parents of Sarah Jans, and we want to say again thank you to them. We have information, I believe, about the website. I believe we do have that information up right now. We want to bring that up because a lot of people, that QR code right there is how you can donate and how you can get to that scholarship and support the Academy, to have events like this, to have us all having a good night like this as well, and students, and I think that's the most important part.
We just had the opportunity to learn about why this is a scholarship named Take Your Shot, the meaning behind it, and the courage that I think it takes parents when you're dealing with such devastation to turn that into something powerful for others and to allow other individuals to really have their shot. So there's the QR code, take advantage of it, and it was really special for us to have that opportunity.
I think so.
I know for me, for you too, John.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair. And like I said, went to school with her, and I knew she was going to leave a legacy, but I didn't think it was going to be in this way, but still powerful nonetheless. I think that's fair to say. We've got some winners here. We got to transition.
Yes,
we got
we
another
do.
winner here joining us right now.
And Brett Rolstad, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
For a documentary that I'm going to read this here. The visual and emotional depth of which mirrors that of a full-length documentary. So even though it was shorter, it captured so much. And this is Healing Traditions, Reviving Indigenous Foods with Wild Berries. So we have, again, Brett Rolstad and
introduce yourself, buddy.
My name's Rob Reeder.
Oh, my God. Huge for both of you guys. Let's start with you. Talk about your role in this short documentary, and why it was so important to do this now.
So we've been in partnership. I'm with the Ho Chunk Nation up in Wisconsin. We've had a relationship with Discover Media Works for quite a few years now. They put together videos for us, and we've been fortunate enough now. This is our 4th nomination, 3rd win. But my role in it is we get to brainstorm ideas and say, this is what we want to talk about. This is what we want to educate people on. And Elena Terry with Wild Berries has been doing great things in culinary and bringing back, in the story she said they made a commitment to bring food into their lives because of the introduced colonialism food. The Native Americans are having hard times, and diabetes is an epidemic within Native American cultures. Going back 100 years, 150 years, we didn't have diabetes because we were eating the food that was for us. And so that's her message, is to get back to that. Let's eat the foods that are made for us.
So the indigenous foods, the foods of the land, the foods that sustain us. Now, again, Discover Media Works has previously worked with the Ho Chunk Nation. So what have you learned throughout the years that you can bring to bear for another Emmy win?
I think, what Rob said was great. I think they were the original paleo diet, right? they invented that.
That's huge.
And so, I mean, high protein, low fats. And I think working with Elena Terry she made it easy. She's a phenomenal chef. It was a passion project of mine. I love food, and I love culinary, and I love the fusion. She's bringing back native foods in just like a totally reinvented way, but still that pays homage to the roots of the culture.
Can you share, either of you, a little bit about the sound? Because in reading a description about this production, it talks about lush close-ups of the traditional ingredients, the ambient sound design, and then a grounded voiceover layered with that score for an immersive experience.
Yeah,
I'll leave that to the professionals.
We're going to go with Brad on this one.
On the creative side.
Yeah, sure,
Right? He's the mastermind. I'm the creative. But yeah, I think it. Like I said, it made it easy. There's so much flavor. There's so much just visual aperitif with what she was doing that it made it easy. And I think layering sound on top of that and creating a soundscape was just second nature.
This is great. Congratulations to you both. Congratulations for
Making these to have the sound.
I mean, seriously.
Evidently healing. You can
phenomenal.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can only imagine.
If you need, she does catering.
catering in Madison, Wisconsin. You now know where to go.
Yep, think about it.
This is huge. Congratulations to the both of you.
Congratulations to you, Brett.
Thank you guys for doing this. We've got
Congratulations
some more
as well.
winners. Take that with you.
All
Take
right,
that
yes,
with you.
We're gonna
Thank you
swap
guys.
out
We're gonna swap out.
seats.
Yeah, thank you guys.
too.
Thank you guys. I'm hungry now.
I know.
I don't know
I'm
if it's just
always
me.
hungry.
There they go. They're waving, and guess
Almost
what?
always.
Come on over, you guys. Come on over. We got one coming up now. Come on in.
Jogging in heels. That is a skill as well.
Holy smokes.
I don't think there's an award for that, though there should be. May I grab that card so we can learn a little bit more about what you're doing here? All right. This is a human interest story, short form content that, by the way, in code for these awards is 10 minutes or less.
There you go.
And this is for the Heart of Wisconsin Mushing Company by Discover Media Works. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And you are, let's see, Reagan Ernst?
I am.
All right.
Yes.
Hi, Reagan. Tell us a little bit about your role as lead producer.
Absolutely. So I luckily was involved in picking this story, writing it, directing it, pulling it into edit.
Wow.
Working with my editor, Portia, my videographers, Blaze and Austin. Small team for filming, but we were mighty. We were chasing after dogs on four-wheelers and trying not to fall off.
Or lose the camera.
Oh my gosh. As a producer, one of the most high-pressure situations is seeing your videographer hanging off the side of a four-wheeler with probably
talk about something else.
How many thousands of dollars worth of equipment, let
Seriously?
alone their lives?
Yeah. Oh, for sure, their lives. I was terrified.
Something else that's high pressure. I want to make sure I'm reading this right. Filming in negative 15 degrees?
Woo, yes.
How was that?
Awful. Yes, Wisconsins are cold, cold winters, and to do dog sledding, we need snow, which we've not had a lot of in Wisconsin recently. So when we got a little bit of snow and we were at negative 15 degrees, we were up at 5 in the morning and out there with I looked like a marshmallow filming.
Sure. Are you serious?
I didn't even realize that dog sledding occurred in, outside of Alaska.
Yeah, it actually occurs in anywhere that there is true snow winters. The last 2 years, unfortunately, a lot of the Midwest has lost their true snowy winters, which has impacted the sports, it's impacted all winter sports within the Midwest. So it was... all of the competitions had been canceled, actually, so we had to completely pivot our story to focus on one, Melissa Omernick, who was an incredible musher, dog sledder.
That sounds so weird. You said she's an
Right?
incredible musher. But I hear you.
I need to get myself a hobby, right?
Maybe not that. It's really cold.
It's really
A
cold.
hard pass on that one.
Really
I don't
cold.
think I have the skill set. How do you tell that story? What do you think really set this, besides from the subject matter? Because, of course, we focused a lot on that naturally, but you still have to make people feel as if they're there. Maybe not 15 degrees below there, but how did you believe, take people into that feeling, that momentum, that fear?
It was really tough. There's a lot, and you can't stop the dogs. The dogs are athletes, and they don't, if you stop them to fix your camera or do whatever, they will freak out because they are bred and built to dog sled. And so we had a lot of prep work that went into it to make sure that they couldn't stop ever, and we were chasing them with four-wheelers, and we stopped briefly because one of the ropes got tied up, and the dogs were just crazy. It really showed to me that dog sledding there's no forcing dogs to dog sled. Honestly, the mushers are taking the time to understand their dog breeds and connect with them and give them what they were bred and born to do.
That's great.
That's
great.
It's like, Reagan, maybe you were bred and born to do this, it seems.
I mean,
How's
seriously.
that for a transition? Congratulations. I'm going to steal her for a sec. Hold it up.
Hold
there
it
we go. Congratulations to you, Reagan.
Enjoy that. That's great. So, and one of the most technically difficult shots to do in that, not just the environment,
Talk
but
about
the temperature.
lack of room for error. I mean, it's not just for the dogs and the mushers. It's also for the whole crew on a team like this that is trying to capture it, and you don't have that opportunity for a quick redo. We can't say start over. Neither are we, because we are live here on the
Come on in.
Backstage show.
Hello, darling. How are you? Congratulations. Congratulations with WTTW. We've got Heidi Zerson.
Yes, sir.
Heidi, first off, congratulations.
Thank you so
Congratulations. So this is for nostalgia, historical, short or long form content. And the title alone is captivating. Al Capone's Bloody Business. I think that's one of you talk about Al Capone so much in this city, people do in general. How's the story different?
That was the key. We have so many different pieces that have been done on Al Capone. So our goal was to bring a little bit more of his personality and a little bit more of the psychology that went into what made him a gangster, what made him Al Capone. So we decided to really dig into his childhood. We decided to dig into the different paths that he could have taken. You know, he's got a reputation as he's been a mobster, a gangster, a monster, really.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more complex than that. So that was the direction that we decided to take, and worked out well.
It works out well. And let's be clear. So this is for nostalgia historical. And is this part of the Chicago Stories series as well?
It is. This is part of the Chicago Stories series, which there are 30 episodes now. So it's just been a total pleasure to work with everyone at WTTW on the series. This was my first episode of Chicago Stories. And there are so many fascinating episodes. We've got great colleagues, terrific producers, terrific crew, terrific cameramen, every single level of production.
So much to uncover. Somebody like Al Capone, where you think it's all been done. Yep. We know the man, the myth, the legend, infamous though it may be, and still uncovering new ways to share and tell that story.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there something that stood out that we're like, oh, I didn't know that about Al Capone, or anything viewers may have said about that story?
There's a lot of myths.
Gotcha.
There's, one thing that we love doing for this episode is everyone's got a story. Chicago, I'd say we have a little bit of a reputation as
still, you travel anywhere in the world, people will say Al Capone, Michael Jordan.
Always.
Exactly. It's Oprah, it's Capone, it's Jordan.
Yep.
And so
should also be pizza, but
everyone has a connection, and everyone wanted to share. My grandfather's aunt's friend knew Al Capone, or. So we had a really good time just talking about some of the myths versus the truth, and he was complexities. I mean, he really was a family man, which you get. The Tommy gun toting gangster,
sure.
He genuinely did have a lot of dedication to his family. He had what seems to be a real code. It doesn't mean
code of ethics, basically.
Really, which is kind of oxymoronic, because you're talking about, one of the most notorious gangsters in the world. But that did seem to be something that he held fast to, and it didn't mean that he wasn't a criminal. But that did seem to be true, versus some of the, he killed 500 people. Doesn't mean that he did not kill people. But it does mean that something that's repeated enough becomes the truth, and that becomes part of the myth. So it was kind of nice unraveling that.
And it's good to unravel it and speak truth to power about what happened in the stories that were debunked, all in one sort of long form, and in this case, nostalgia historical piece. Congratulations.
And congratulations to you, Heidi. I will add that there is a wealth of additional information. You can still watch this, but also check out the website, because you'll find even more layers of information about Al Capone and the rest of the Chicago stories that are being retold, uncovered in such an amazing fashion, which is why we've had, for example, Eddie Griffin here on this very couch for the same series earlier.
The importance of public
again,
television. The importance of public television. Thank you so much.
All right,
You're good
I
to
think
go.
We've got more winners. Yes,
absolutely, Heidi.
You
You want an Emmy, you can walk wherever you want.
Whatever.
You can walk wherever you want.
Get out in the camera and do a twirl, though, first. We've got to start to have a fashion segment.
We have to. Come on in, y'all. Congratulations, everybody. Come on, congratulations.
And this is amazing. Okay, so this is the making of Playboy Company. So again,
this is great.
WTTW, as I said, bringing it with the Chicago Story series. It is this just stories behind the stories in so many ways. So Peter Marks, congratulations. Tell us a little bit about this particular one, because we know who this Playboy is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do you got on here?
Well, there have been so many documentaries about Hugh Hefner and Playboy, so we really had a big challenge. How do we do something different? And we focused, of course, on the Chicago chapter. That made it different. And I think everybody, when they picture Hugh Hefner, they picture a guy in a robe with a pipe with, three...
A velvet robe.
Right, of course. Good. I see you've watched the show.
Duh.
But, I mean, it's typically with three blonde 19-year-olds on his arms, and they think it's this icky 80-year-old guy. We focus on the chapter when he was up and coming. This was his rise. And this is a guy who defied conventional norms of the conformity of the 1950s and built an empire, and it started here in Chicago. He wanted to be in Chicago, and he made his fortune here.
Let's talk about your producer, Bianca Lozano, producer this week.
Producer.
Associate
We got
producer.
producer Peter Marks right here.
Yes, producer, associate producer. Without either of you, this is not possible. Talk about your role in this and why it was so important to share this story.
Yeah. So one of my early tasks was getting on the phone and tracking down as many of the original Playboy Club bunnies, as many of his first girlfriends that I could get on the phone and talk to me, and we're just open to
And trust
sharing
you.
stories. Yes, and that's a big deal. I'm calling out of the blue, saying, "Hey, tell me a little bit about your time with Hugh Hefner and Playboy." And I mean, the stories they shared were wonderful. They all loved him, and he played a big part in their lives, and he did good things for them.
How much would you say that Chicago made Hugh Hefner who he was, Peter?
Chicago absolutely 100% made Hugh Hefner. He went to Steinmetz High School. It was the happiest chapter in his life. He came back several times, even when he was living in LA. And he went to the University of Illinois. And he was a Chicago boy. He grew up on the west side, and he would look and he would see the beacon from the Palmolive building. And that was like a siren to him. And eventually, when he made his fortune, he bought and leased property in that Palmolive building, and it became branded the Playboy building, and he put those block letters up. And that was critical to him and who he was. He was a Midwestern boy.
Through and through. You might imagine him, as you said, in a robe, but
Yeah.
it all came from
It's
here. Stories
interesting.
have to begin somewhere.
And they have to, and to hear the origins of these stories is powerful. And I don't think a lot of people expect these stories, and especially here in Chicago, there is a foundation here.
And through the power of public media, you
Man
have the
alive.
opportunity, anybody has
Congratulations.
the opportunity to
Congratulations.
give it a watch.
Yeah.
So we recommend that you do so. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So
Yeah,
proud of you,
congratulations.
Peter. And Bianca, congratulations.
Congrats.
Enjoy that Emmy.
You guys will be back. Are you guys up for any more tonight, or is this?
Let's not get greedy.
Okay, that's true.
Okay, we're good with a one.
I won't be Hugh Hefner. Thank you,
Still
folks.
knows how to throw a good party.
Does he
right?
really?
Hey, have you gotten an invite?
Christy Hefner gave me that information.
All right. I want to see the doc on that, or at least the
gotta see
Insta
that.
story. Okay.
We've got to see that inside story.
You bet.
Part
You
two.
gotta believe it.
Thank you both. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We've got more winners, I believe, lined up ready for us. That's awesome, by the way.
How many do you think?
Hear this series.
6, 7?
6, 7, maybe. You're gonna keep this
Had
going.
to.
You're gonna keep this going.
Had to.
Come on
Had
over,
to.
y'all.
Did I do it right?
I think you did
Oh,
do it
yeah.
right. We got our crew in the
I
back.
411 did.
There, we got our Gen Z crew in the
Not
back.
411.
Come on in.
Chicago girl.
Come on in. Congratulations, you
I have
guys.
the honor of sitting next to you.
Congratulations.
That'd be weird. No.
Last time because
That's-
Way
you
more
know,
relaxed.
no, I love a microphone. You're never supposed to let it go. You know this, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean-
No, you do not let the microphone go.
It's
That
so
is one
true.
of the first rules that we win.
It's so
that
true.
we learn in broadcasting careers. All right, this is for the diversity, equity, inclusion, short form content. Congratulations. Again, we've got back Nick DeGrazia, also Daniel Coleman, and Kim Barenberg.
This is huge. Voices of Impact Company, by the way, okay? So it says Bitter Justice Studios and Glenn Kirk. I want to read this because it's important. We're talking DEI here. Working with the talented Glenn Kirk members, people with various challenging special needs, which we talked about earlier, and their staff was an honor. This video gives a voice to and provides a sense of empowerment for those often marginalized and unseen. Talk about this piece, and how do you fit it all under 10 minutes?
Great question. Great editing. I think that being able to pull out those moments of heart is what they did. Our participants really were vulnerable and were honest about their experience. And by doing that, I think they were able to demonstrate the humanity that we all share. And I think it is so important that we give all people an opportunity to speak about their experiences. And so Dan and Nick really brought that to life for us, and we were so grateful.
Nick, really quick before I get to you, Amanda, talk about the editing part to this, because that is a huge part to this story.
Yeah, and even though this wasn't an editing nomination, it's hard to extract the two. And this one was set on a white backdrop because we wanted to get as many people in the video as we possibly could, and so it allows for really fast editing because the background isn't jumping around a lot. But for this piece, it was about finding little moments of joy, little moments of just like authenticity, and then quickly intercutting them with like a dozen different people so that people are kind of like finishing each other's sentences almost. And it ends up being, ironically, in 6 minutes, both heartwarming hilarious and crushing at the same time. I mean, it was fun, but it was a challenge.
I love that foresight that you had in terms of thinking about the background, knowing a little bit what you wanted to do going in, and having that skill, that team really comes into play. I want to focus on something else because our card here says it's not just a little budget, but a small budget, a very, two varies, small budget. How small are we talking here? And I think sometimes, of course, a small budget seems limiting. Is there something to that limit that you think also makes for a better product in the end?
Yeah, there is, the client comes and says, this is the budget we have. And you say, let's sit down, let's have a conversation of how we can tell this story with the budget that you have. And we've done this white backdrop thing. This is not the first time we've done it. But we knew kind of inherently, because we've done previous projects with Glenn Kirk, that it was going to work really nicely. Because something also about the white backdrop, it's just like kind of inherently brings out honesty. You're not there's no B-roll, there's no fancy set. They just come in and it's just a conversation. And the folks that we had on camera, they don't hide who they are. They're proud of who they are, and that comes across on screen, and that white backdrop just lets them be themselves. And I think like that's where a low budget can still meet kind of a high concept and create a really, really fantastic project.
My mom says low budget means no budget, so we know what that's code for. Yeah. Congratulations.
Very, very much we do.
Congratulations to all of you all. Congratulations for this piece, and this piece is special in many ways, to give those who don't have a voice, not just a voice, but a stage as well.
I'm sure this means a lot, not just to you, but to each of the participants.
Yeah.
3 of the participants are here tonight. They had to do a lottery to figure out who would come.
Wow.
And the looks on their faces when that was announced was like priceless. Yeah,
That's
really
huge.
special.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We've got more winners to get to. You guys take that trophy out.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Glad to see you back. Pleasure was mine.
Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations.
Let's shake it out, everybody shake. Bye. Thank you.
Oh, why not? Why
I love
not?
that we get the opportunity to make friends with people that are so talented, so skilled, so young.
That's you. Look at this. Whoa, my goodness. He is dressed up and down.
We're gonna squeeze.
Come on in. Come on in. You guys come on in here. There you go. Thank you, buddy. This is, by the way, category 413. It's a children, youth, teen, 19 and under. Short or long form content. Information is the entry title. And this is Prime 312 LLC. And I want to make sure I get this right. Is it Arrington? Yes. Arrington, it's good to see you, buddy.
It's good to see you, too.
First off, explain for those who don't know what this piece was all about and why you're a part of it.
This was an opportunity brought to me by Chicago Public Schools JROTC program. I was able to enter a contest, an essay contest, to be able to meet the Blue Angels pilots, see them backstage, watch them practice for the Air and Water show, and it was just amazing.
Oh my, what school?
Do you want to go up in one, by the way?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. I thought I was gearing up for an absolutely not. Nope, I've seen it. It's hard.
School?
It's
You
rough,
said
but you want to
CPS.
get up there.
What
Yes.
school? CPS.
South Shore International College Prep.
Let me say something about South Shore, and let me say something about that community. That's where I'm from. I was raised in South Shore. My mom went to South Shore. South Shore, that school deserves to have a light like this, because so often, we're not there often unless it's something bad happening. And so this is powerful in this moment. It's like worlds collide. Congratulations to you for that. I just have to
And
say
so
that.
what year are you?
I'm a senior.
Senior. Oh, so what's next for you? The Blue Angels flying high.
I'm going to go to college, do the ROTC program, and enlist as an officer in the Army.
Thank you so much for your service, and congratulations. Here, let's learn a little bit more about who else we have.
Michael
on our
and
fine
Brian with us. It looks like producer and executive producer. Who are you guys?
He's the show. He wasn't even scripted.
How impressed are you?
Navy veteran, Air Force veteran. We needed an opportunity. I wanted to bring forth a vision of bringing our youth of today in Chicago Public Schools to open doors, to allow them to have the opportunity to see, meet. They don't have to enlist or become an officer in the military, but they get an opportunity to see what's out there, learn from leadership, experience from the crew how hard they work and what it means to serve and be mission driven. And that was the goal. Brian is the lead in all the military aircraft for the Chicago Air and Water Show. I'll let him tell him about himself, but it wasn't possible without Brian.
Air show management for 25 years, working as a liaison
for the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds, several different air shows across the country. And this is the first time I've ever been involved with something like this. It happened completely organically. An idea came to life and turned into this. This is totally unexpected, and it's great. It's all about the kids. It's about, giving back, paying forward, and turning aviation over to the next generation and getting them enthused and getting them to want to get in the cockpit and be defenders of our freedom. So it's so rewarding.
It has such a built-in visual element, of course.
Absolutely.
I mean, who hasn't stood on their roof all air water show weekend or gone down to the lakeshore to peer up in the sky? But then you have the humans, and it's not just the pilots, it's folks like Arrington here.
A perspective that nobody ever saw coming, and it was there in front of us the whole time. And when this idea was brought to us, I thought, oh yeah, let's do this. And the kids, to watch the look on their faces when they got out there on the flight line and just lit up, it was it pays back so many ways. I can't even explain it.
Two things to say. The students not only had to write essays to get nominated to come and be a part of this, but they wrote essays to nominate a teacher.
Oh.
And the teacher who was nominated got to ride the back seat of the F-18 number 7 plane. So that was an incredible moment. And then I will also say that this wasn't possible without Dr. Sims, Executive Director of the JROTC program of Chicago Public Schools. Also, Prime 312, the production company that made the vision, the direction, and the editing come to life.
And I've got to ask, where can anybody watch this if they too want to see the story of the Blue Angels, the Junior ROTC, and folks like
Yeah, I'll say if you Google Prime 312 and then in space formation, the video will come up.
In space formation.
We're
There you have
highlighting
it.
so much. We're highlighting CPS, the high schools in our communities on the southeast side. You're talking about the people of service. This is what it's all about, and this is why we love the Midwest chapter, the Chicago Midwest chapter of the Emmys. This is huge. Congratulations to all of you all. And congratulations to you, man. You're looking good, man.
And best wishes as you continue. Hope to maybe see you back here, whatever. What do you want to major in?
I will either want to major in logistics or cybersecurity.
Ooh, there we go. All right. So maybe not broadcasting, but we'll see.
He cleaned it in the Board of Health. He can do whatever he wants. Congratulations to you three.
Thanks so much for joining each
Thank
of
you guys
us.
for joining us. Thank
We've
you so
got
much.
more
Thank you for your
winners, I
service.
believe, that are going to be swapping out for this very space, so
guys,
you
get on-
can
get on outta
continue
here.
the party.
Celebrate.
And
Get on the plane.
Enjoy.
Or something.
Thank you so very much. This is the Backstage show.
This is awesome.
We get people right after they have learned that they won. They have to stand up. By the way, I'm not sure if you realized.
I know.
Come on, sit wherever
Come on
you
in.
would
Sit
like.
wherever you'd like. There's a
Give
card
a
there.
speech.
Hand it
So
to
there-
Amanda.
so let's see here. I am joined by, are you Stephen or are you Ruben?
I am Stephen. Hello.
All right, hi, Stephen Walsh. Nice to meet you. I'm Amanda Vinicky. Hello.
You know my fellow producer on.
Oh, do I now? Oh, yes, I do. One
He
of
does
my
his research.
besties, in fact.
I like to do my research.
And what's your name, by the way,
This
buddy?
is so
Ruben.
exciting.
Ruben, nice to meet you.
This is an Oak Park migrant student story from Omni Media and Advertising, and we have been following so many stories, and
Absolutely.
really personal upfront ones lately. Tell us a little bit about this public affairs project.
So this is a story about right after the situation with migrant individuals coming to Chicago, and then all the aftermath of what people were doing to trying to figure out how to accommodate, how to make this even possible. This story in particular is about the community of Oak Park and the Oak Park River Forest School Network, and how the educators came together and, during these tough times when these kids who didn't really ask to be in this situation just needed a place to learn, they opened the doors and they taught them.
They have made a harrowing journey and arrive in a classroom. So think of all the new school fear jitters that we all come in with, let alone a language barrier, making a treacherous journey. Can you share a little bit about what you wanted to get across?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
What was the message you wanted to get across in this story? And what were some of the obstacles?
I mean, some of the biggest obstacles is obviously people are struggling. We had to go into a situation where people can't really show their face because of what's going on in this country. So that was one of the biggest obstacles we have. But we're just really proud to be able to tell that story because there's so many people that are going through stuff like that right now. So for us to share that message was very important.
So this is a story that it really is meant to tell the power of public education and
Exactly.
that guarantee that children are given to get one when you are a resident of the United States. So congrats to each of you.
Congratulations.
And of course,
Congrats.
I don't know if you're watching, but Bridget Shanahan, you're amazing. And
Yeah.
I know you are a believer, an incredible broadcaster and public servant. So
We love
to you,
Bridget.
Love to you, girl.
Congratulations. Have
Congrats.
fun. Enjoy that.
Congratulations.
Enjoy that, guys.
We've got more winners coming in from the red carpet, so we're going to keep this moving because there are a lot of awards.
I mean, we can't.
distributed
Look at
this
them.
evening
We got
for
2
good
awards.
reason.
Yeah.
There
What's going
is
on? How you doing?
so
Man,
much
it's good to see
talent
you, man.
in this region.
Good to
Hi
see you.
there.
Always good to
Thanks
see
so
you. I'll
much.
snatch this from you.
You want to hold this?
You know what? No, because that's yours. You've earned it.
Hi.
You've earned it. Amanda here.
Last time.
And Josh.
I bet you remember.
You were 78.
I do remember a lot. No, it's incredible because you have these conversations and we know what goes into it.
Yeah.
And so I think that this does really hold a lot of meaning for me, and knowing that this is not just a resume builder. This is something that a lot of thought, energy, work, and hope goes into.
Let's talk about this. 40523 is a category number. That means nothing to you. What you should hear is interview discussion. This is huge. It's a short or a long form content. We've got, it's a TV and you keep looking at the screen. We've got William and Miguel, I believe, here as well. This is the CEO series, Goodyear Company Salvi. Explain what this is all about for those who don't know.
The CEO series is a profile on business leaders at their companies. Plain and simple. They are influential people.
Yeah.
And they hold a lot of responsibility, and we should share more about them. It's not just about Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk.
Yeah, it's more than that. I hear you.
CEOs, however, have so much to do, so much control often. You don't get to that position unless you exercise a lot of will and intention. How do you get CEOs to open up and really share a story that's beyond the basics?
Oh, that's a perfect question. I mean, it's all about, authenticity. When we ask these questions, we want to, look at who they are as a person, not just a business leader. Their history, background, where they come from, who they are, what they want to do. And when we sit down for these interviews, Will, the host, he sits down and he does the hard work. He asks the hard questions that need to be asked. And that's really what we're looking for. And that's what the show is all about. Real conversations with real CEOs.
I got to ask you really quickly. You're talking about Goodyear, 125 years old.
Big company.
And a lot of challenges right now. I'm looking at it here in a world of EVs, tariffs, and rapid innovation. Can they remain #1 in tires? What was his outlook on that? What was the CEO's outlook when you guys talked to him?
Yeah, there's a lot going on politically. Sure. And they're a global company. So they have 70,000 employees. I believe they did like $19 billion in revenue in 2024. So like Akron, Ohio is not in a good spot if the CEO or their board or their leaders don't make the right decisions. So his outlook was positive because they have a lot of manufacturing in the United States. But at the same time, there's a lot going on politically. Sure. And they need to navigate that. Absolutely. And that's a real pressure. But at the same time, like these CEOs need to step up and be good people first and foremost, because that's what makes the world go round.
So much riding on their shoulders.
Yes.
May I ask, before we move on here, last question, just in doing interviews with these CEOs, what is your takeaway? What is the habit, something that you have learned to make for successful in your role that you've learned from all of these very successful leaders and executives?
They're very focused individuals. They really, I do think they care about like their organization. The ones that we filmed, at least. I can't speak for other large company CEOs, but I would say a lot of the ones that we filmed really care about their culture, their people, their community, and that's why people start businesses and run companies, is to have
They're
a good
invested.
culture. Yeah. It's not just about profits. It's about a lot of other things that, again, make the world go round. So, again, I'm not trying to like humanize them or make them look good. They need to do that themselves because they aren't that liked.
And that's part of this project.
Yeah, they aren't that liked. People don't like CEOs because people think they're all about profits. So we need to share the stories of the ones who are about doing things with integrity, running a good culture, being part of a bigger community.
We like you guys, so
We
this
do.
is great.
And so thanks
having
so
us.
much to each of you.
This was
We're
the
going to
best.
bring in the next series of winners, but I will say, Josh, Talk about community. I mean, you see who comes across.
I'm starting to
these-
like this guy.
Starting. He's amazing.
My wife is right over there.
Hey, wifey! Hey, smile! How you doing?
It's totally
I love
normal.
a proud spouse. It is. Yes, better believe it. Let's celebrate
I did
our
not thank
successes.
her during my speech. She is my biggest supporter. Just an FYI. Yeah.
On the Backstage show, any thanks? Yes.
Thank you to my family who was watching me. I love them, so this is also for them. Thank you.
That's huge.
You can tell they're so excited.
true.
We should
It's
let them
so
go take
true.
pictures. Let's
All
just let them go
right.
take pictures. Go take
Y'all get out of here. Enjoy. Party on.
Good seeing you,
Celebrate.
man. Good seeing you guys. That's great. We hear these stories all the time. You said it. We don't get to hear from CEOs often.
No.
So those stories are
No,
important.
they're often very closed off, unlike people that are generally in this industry of broadcasting. We
That's
are all
true.
shrinking violets, right?
It's true. I mean, that's true in a way.
But
Come on
it's
over.
true. We have such a community here. Hello, it is so good to see you. You're looking lovely.
Congratulations.
Congrats. All right, let's see. What are you in here for? All right, for amusement parks company, I got to say that I got to play a very baby role in this by doing a web special. Yes, it was not part of this tape, but I got to ride the American Eagle like 7-8 times in a row.
What?
I would not have Check it out. No. So much fun here. You can take the I know about this. This is, a Chicago story
Let's
from
go.
WTTW, baby. Winning, bringing it home because this is such a spectacular series. And this, why amusement parks?
Why amusement parks? So, it's more than just roller coasters and merry-go-rounds. I mean, amusement parks are representative of the history of Chicago, and it's very much tied into like where these parks are and what that meant about the neighborhood and what that meant about the city at that time. And so we start the show in the late 1800s with the World's Fair, and it was the world's first like modern day amusement park, and we take that through to modern day with Six Flags and all the parks in between, Riverview and Santa's Village, and
I remember going there as a kid. How about you?
So
Did you ever Santa's Village?
No, but I know it well, and I have to say something on this one because I used to be a tour guide on the double deckers. I don't know if I told you that.
I did
Back
not
in the day,
know that.
here in Chicago.
But that tracks.
So-
I would ride your bus for sure.
So it was interesting you said something, the World's Fair. I know we talked about the 1893 World's Fair here in Chicago. I believe that was the exposition. That was one of the first times, I think the first time the Ferris wheel was ever displayed. Do I have that correct?
that is correct.
So this,
Yeah,
like
one
Chicago
of the first
history,
times,
literally
yeah.
it's intertwined in so much about what we know about amusement parks.
This is true. Yeah, and I mean, you look at Ferris wheels today, and it's like that is like a staple of amusement parks, of amusement in general. True. And so, yeah, I mean, it started with the World's Fair, and it continued on. And at one point, actually, in Chicago had the most amusement parks per capita anywhere in the country.
Which does not surprise me because we are such daredevil,
Yeah,
fun-loving
yeah.
people. Is that what you found? Is that the heart of this?
Absolutely.
That's
yeah.
huge. That's huge.
You got it.
Congratulations. This is thrilling. I can imagine how thrilling that is.
Thank you. It is thrilling.
Congratulations.
But don't take it on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
They won't allow it.
Be safely displayed on my mantle.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Keep it safe. Buckle
Rachel,
up.
congratulations.
Congratulations. I'm so
Congratulations.
very, very happy for you. You too. All right.
WTTW is just racking them up tonight.
Better believe it.
Yeah, public televisions. What you got to say about that, government?
Well,
How you
either way,
doing?
wherever you want to say.
Congratulations. How you doing?
Are you coming as well?
I'm doing well.
Do you have a partner?
Nope.
That's-
My partner.
If
How
you want to,
doing?
okay.
How you want to sit over here? You're okay. She's like, I'm good. You're wearing
producer.
Oh, former producer.
Yeah,
okay.
she's a school teacher now. But
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Congratulations, by the way,
Thank you
to
so
you.
much.
This is Jordan Arsenault with the Mobile Street Art Cart localish company, WLS. Hello. Not your first Emmy.
Not my first Emmy, but I always try to come and not expect anything. I'm just here to have fun and cheer for my friends in the industry.
Let's talk about local-ish because a lot of people may not have heard about that. It's in relation to ABC 7 here in Chicago, WLS. It's digital mainly, correct? But you see some spots on air.
Right, so it's digital first content.
Gotcha.
And it airs on all the ABC Disney-owned stations. So KABC in LA, WABC in New York, WLS in Chicago. And what's really cool is that we get to do these local stories in Chicago, but they get to air in San Francisco, Philadelphia. And you know
So
how
it's not just seen here in Chicago.
You know how newsy Chicago is. Like there's so much crime, corruption, we got severe weather, we got politics, and the good news stories, sometimes those get to the back burner. What's great about these digital first stories is we get to do these long form documentary style stories, and that's what this story was.
Yeah, tell us. This is about William Estrada. He pushes one of these carts that sells treats, makes people happy, but it's a rough living.
Yeah, well, so what's weird is that it's patterned after Palantera cart, which is where they sell.
So this is an art.
Yeah.
Cart.
So what happens is people walk up to this cart and they're like, "What are you selling?" And he says, "I'm here to do art with you." And the day that I was shooting with him, he was doing screen printing on these canvas bags, and it's just a way for people who work in working class neighborhoods like Little Village to do some art. Sometimes adults don't get to do art these days. It's more focused on kids, but they get to do some art and then they come away with something. And I mentioned to William that I was nominated, and he was like, "This is such good news because Little Village is like under siege right now." It's great to hear like some good news like happening. So.
That's huge.
Do you know, is he still pushing his cart? Or I feel like Little Village is, again, going through so much. It's on such lockdown.
Yeah, I need to ask him about that. Here's the thing. This was the most organic story I've ever shot.
Wow.
How did it come to pass?
I didn't conduct any interviews. I literally just mic'd him up and kind of was like, "You do your thing." And I kind of sat back with the camera and observed him interacting with other people. He told his own story. And so
That's powerful.
I put it together, I edited it, but I didn't really, like I said, it was the most organic story I've ever done because I didn't have to do the who, what, where, when, why, how of interviewing.
You know what, though? It takes a lot of courage sometimes to do that, to give that leash, to let a story breathe, and it clearly panned out.
Yeah, I mean, I had my headphones on. I was like, I got it. I really don't have to ask him any more questions.
I hope to see this art. I have to say, I have a 2-year-old, and
Yeah,
therefore I've been coloring a lot more often. And it does bring something different out in you.
They can screen print.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jordan, congratulations.
Thank you so
Congratulations to you. Enjoy that one right there.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy
Thank
that.
you.
We're going to do the break. I believe we have a break right now. No, we got one more.
Got one more, and
I'm
then
really
it's a
excited about this one. Come on over. I'm really excited about this one because this guy is a tour guide himself. He's a tour guide himself.
He needs
What's up,
no
man?
introduction whatsoever.
What's going on, guys? Good to see you, man. I'm doing well.
Although we do need to
okay.
learn
Come on over.
why you're here. So Sherman Dilla Thomas, but
Oh my gosh, yes. So we got
all right, as well as Eric Seals, Donnie Seals Jr., and this is the entry from You Don't Know Shy.
Yes, you don't
But
know.
you're making
Shy.
sure people do.
Yes, that's what the show is all about. My partners, DigiFay and I, want you to stop pretending like you know Chicago and watch You Don't Know Shy so that you can learn about your city.
This is huge. I'm looking here. In the first segment, you talked with former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. How was that? This was in Logan Square, I believe, when you had that conversation.
Yes. It was amazing. You know, once she was a little more relaxed because she wasn't in office, so she didn't have to guard her words. And it was cool to see that she cares so much about the neighborhood. And then Logan Square has such an amazing history. It was fun to be out there. We had some good food that day. We had some drink. We hung out. And we had a police detail. Made me feel special.
You started on TikTok, and now you ballooned into this character and this teacher. A persona here in the city of Chicago. Has it hit you yet?
I think tonight was probably the first time I've been able to tell the story of the Black liberators at Yad Vashem. I've been able to take the tours of the blacks who died in World War I in France. And I've always featured their stories and thought that was why I was here, to tell their stories and to win as the storyteller. It was like the first time it hit me.
We've got executive producer and producer here as well. Are you guys, y'all related?
Just not by choice. Not by choice.
A little bit.
Not by choice.
Talk about the production aspect of all this, because we talk about it often. We are in TV. Yeah. We know how it is. People at home sometimes don't know what goes into a production like this. Obviously, a single program and series, a lot goes into it.
It goes into a lot. We have a lot of history as far as what we did before this. I used to work at ESPN. He worked at Fox. And now, thankfully, this show is going to start airing on Fox starting tonight.
Starting tonight?
Starting tonight, yes.
Was that
in a couple of
auspicious?
hours.
Wow.
This was meant to be?
Yes, it was. And one of the most important things that we want to do when we got connected with Dill is Dill's already great at what he does. And so it was our goal to take our talent and match it with his so we could really produce this show.
But how is this different than, say, a TikTok or an Instagram video? When you're doing a production for TV, it has to be taken up a notch when it comes to the production value, reined in at all? I don't know. Share how that pans out.
Well, this really worked out because television really gives us a chance to spend time with people, spend time in neighborhoods. TikTok is really just a teaser to get you to the rest. So that's what all we want to do is just extend what Dilla was doing.
I met you at the DNC while I was covering as a reporter, and we did a video. And I remember saying to you, I used to be a tour guide. And he was like, man, we both shared stories. And for me, it was just a job. But after watching you realize you're sharing other people's stories in a way. And I didn't realize I was a journalist before I was a journalist.
I was going to say, this really seems fitting to me. I see this whole path.
It makes sense now.
I know. You might not have known, but I know.
Talk about how do you connect the dots? You went from just educating people, but you're telling stories that for so long have been unearthed.
Yeah, I that's my goal, right? I think if we don't tell those stories, they won't live on, right? And someone has to do it. And that's the way we've been kind of keeping history for a very long time, right? It's mostly been oral historians. This whole writing thing is really, really new. And when you sit down with people and you have conversations and you learn the history and you disseminate the history orally, there's more of a connection, right? Everything I've said on TikTok or I've said on You Don't Know Shy, I could have typed it out and turned it into a book, right? But you feel the connection when you watch it. You feel the intonation. Oftentimes, I don't think I'm the storyteller. I think the people who I'm talking about are telling their own stories through me.
That is really, to me, the power of broadcast and the power of storytelling, especially when done by you with your team here. Congratulations. Where's this going to go?
They have no chance at ever seeing this again after today.
They can get their own.
So we got to win more.
There we go. Congratulations, guys.
The best to you.
We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back. You guys enjoy it. Enjoy it. This is fun. We've got so many more coming. I think the red carpet
We are
is
having
filling
a
up.
blast. Yes, the red carpet is filling up. There are so many words, but I think it's still a short break. So
Yes.
we'll be back with you in just a jiffy.
Welcome back, everybody.
We are in the thick of things.
Yeah,
The
we are.
awards are being distributed. The energy is high.
The line is
intense.
long. I
The
mean,
line
I don't
is
even
long.
see the carpet anymore.
This is amazing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
That's the
huge.
sort of red carpet that I want to be on. Everybody is looking beautiful. And wow, you are in rarefied air. We are here with Tanya Lindsay, who has just won 2.
She's double fisting it,
different
baby.
awards. She's literally double fisted. She walked up, and this is for documentary for DEI and also historical. And so one is for Leopold and Loeb. Infamous characters. Got to say, this is one of my favorites of the Chicago stories because you think you know the story, and yet it uncovered new ground. And then also the second was for Lincoln Park, and what we now know as the neighborhood of luxury shopping, and I gotta admit, a whole lot of brunching on my end. It has a.
I love your honesty.
Let's be real here. But there's a legacy of the Young Lords. So Tanya, we're gonna ask you 2 questions. Let's start on the Young Lords there. And what did you want people to learn about this very well-known Chicago neighborhood in the part of history that they don't know?
And that a lot of people don't know that Lincoln Park's a great neighborhood, but there is a history there that's untold, and that is that it was a Puerto Rican community after, it was another kind of immigrant community, which is the story of a lot of Chicago neighborhoods. What's unique about the Young Lords of Lincoln Park is that they started a movement, a community activist movement. They wanted to stop being displaced after they moved from Puerto Rico and were sort of moved around the city. They wanted to have their roots there. And so they, joined together with the Black Panther Party as well as the Young Patriots to form the Rainbow Coalition. But on their own, they were also pretty impactful. They wanted to start, programs for daycares, for working mothers, food programs for school children, and the big thing was housing. And so the opportunity to speak to those remaining Young Lords today was an amazing opportunity. They shared so much, and there's lessons for today to draw from the way that they worked together and stood their ground.
I'm a journalist. I'm from Chicago. Never knew that. And that's why I need to watch this entire series.
That's why you need to watch this entire series. Sit down, give yourself a binge on Chicago stories. I highly recommend.
A final question, one of the other entries, Leopold and Loeb, talk about the importance of that, but specifically the reenactments. If you can talk about the reenactments, I mean, that's a huge, crucial, and critical part to this.
It was, it's a story from 1921. There's not video, there's not archive, and so we wanted to bring it to life. And the key to that was finding a 1921 Willis Knight automobile in blue color and in pristine condition. And we had a guy trailer it in from Michigan, and he was so excited about what we were doing, he stayed with us the entire night. We shot until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he stayed with us every step of the way, to the point where we had our extras, our actors playing Leopold and Loeb. These are 20-year-old college students. They didn't know how to drive a stick.
Who does?
Right.
This guy, and it was literally a stick out of the car, and he taught them on set how to drive it, and he was okay with it, and we got the most amazing shots and just really brought to life what it was like back then in the 20s in Chicago in Hyde Park.
Did not notice the nerves that those actors must have had in driving that car. But I will say that is testament to the precision, the accuracy, the research that goes into each of these productions. Congrats to you, Tanya. We're going to bring on our next red carpet winner because, wow.
Thank you. I mean, I'm going to say one more time, we've said this, the importance of public television.
I'm into that.
I mean, my goodness.
Public media
She almost forgot one of her Emmys. She's double-fisted it over here. We've got some more
It
winners.
happens when you're super talented. Come on
over
everybody.
here.
We
Come on over
got
here.
room. We
I'll
got
take that
room.
from you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you. Look at this. So we got a lot of folks here on the couch. We got a statuette here.
Should we just have them introduce themselves?
I think
Save us
that's
all some
fair.
time. Let's go down.
Please.
Hi, I'm Alex Cliff.
And you did.
I was a producer on Adventures of M.
I am Ross Jabassi. I was a director and a producer on Adventures of M.
Perfect.
I'm Red Clark, writer, director, editor.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Hannah Pristave, and I was M in Adventures of M.
Adventures of M, you were M. Talk about this. What is this about?
Who is M?
This is the category for children, young teen, 19 and under, short or long form. And again, Adventures of M. Talk about this and talk about Threaded Films, 6-Bit Solutions, Smash Virtual, Hacksaw Labs as well.
Woo, collab, baby.
Huge collab. Adventures of M is a nostalgic throwback show to Henson era, so lots of practical puppets. But it's all shot at Smash Virtual here in Chicago on the volume, so the sets are all digital backgrounds that come in. And the show is really, again, it's just focused on bringing good to families and kids. It's a show that we hope kids and families can watch together, kind of in a time where like YouTube shorts are kind of killing kids' brains, and it's supposed to be, more of an adventure show. It's something to give kids to inspire, something along those lines.
I'm inspired. I want to watch a show on the production of this show. Is what I want to watch.
I know. Why was this important to tell this story? Why was it important to do this type of content for children? Why was this important?
Well, just having the fluctuation in pace and just having stuff be able to slow down, having stories that don't talk down to kids. Just telling.
You see a lot of that, don't you?
Yeah. And also it doesn't just have to be like hyper. There's action in this and stuff. There's adventure. There's danger. But it was just kind of like, let's just tell stories we want to tell, stories we loved when we were kids that we would tell to our kids. And so it was about that, and then getting a really cool group of people together to do that, and then do stuff practical, like so building real puppets. Ross's mom made puppets. Like, it's like there's family people involved,
The production gets bigger.
It really does.
It's huge. Yeah, it's a big production here in Chicago. It was very large.
Yeah.
But it all started literally with me asking my mom if she could make a puppet.
And she says,
I mean, she's a theater nerd from way back, and she was like, I'm sure I can figure out how to make a puppet. And they started very crude, but they've moved up in the world, and now we're making high quality TV shows with them. Yeah.
Well, look, congratulations. We've got such a long line of people to talk to. We wish we could speak longer. They don't have puppets, though.
Where's yours?
That's true. They don't have puppets.
Why did they get left at home?
Get this for a long time.
I need one in a tux and some sort of sequin dress for next year.
M's dress.
I need sequin. Yeah, please bring it on.
You guys are great. Enjoy that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for joining us on the couch. Thank you, guys.
Bye,
Thank you, guys.
Here at the Emmy
Yeah,
Awards.
you're going to steal my book? He just stole my book. No, you take this. This is where you get come on, take that. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, guys. This is great. We've got a long line of folks. I think we're going to have some more joining us right here. Come on in, y'all. Looking great. You said sequins. Look, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. You got any more joining us right here?
I made it happen. The manifest.
We manifested. Come on, have a seat.
Did you manifest this award?
I did.
All right. I knew it. I thought so.
You sit over there.
Anybody can sit by me,
Sit on there.
please. Well,
She said,
we
please.
can squeeze.
There's four. We
I'll
can
get
squeeze
in the
them all.
middle, or somebody can stand behind. We want room for everybody.
I can sit on somebody's lap. At this point, I don't care. I don't matter. Come on. If y'all want to stand behind us, feel free.
Mario, I think you can squeeze here.
Come on, Mario. He got the polka dot tie. This is great.
All right, so we got Mario.
Come
Let's
on
go
over here.
through.
Let's go.
Edgar.
Adrian Rodriguez. Okay, and what's your role as well? Go ahead with your name.
Teresa, director, one of the stories.
Okay.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel. Okay, that's Denzel. Here we go.
AKA Mario.
We've got AKA Mario. We got Public Affairs Program, Siegel Program Series, Firsthand, Peacekeepers, of course, WTTW.
Of course.
I mean, my goodness.
Course.
This is huge. I want to read part of the description. As crime and public safety are top of mind across Chicago's communities, Firsthand Peacekeepers profiles 5 people who are working to prevent conflict before it happens and stop it from escalating when it does. I think that's powerful. Talk about the backstory to this. Why was this important of a story to tell?
I mean, because you have people in Chicago who are saying our neighborhoods need help, and we're not getting the help, so we're going to make that help for ourselves. And they are literally going into their own community, risking their lives to interrupt violence. And it's just an amazing thing that needs to be shadowed.
And Firsthand is not just a one-off. This is a focus for an entire year. What do you think that sort of attention gives both the subject and a project like this?
So I'll speak to that as a subject in the documentary. It's given us a platform to speak to sponsors, to speak to funders, to provide more resources to communities. So I told them earlier, I have kids waiting outside my office. Like, I seen the documentary, I need help, I want help. Come, how can you help me? So it's been a blessing to just offer resources and opportunities for youth in our community.
When you wonder, is anybody getting it? Are they watching? Is it making a difference? You're saying yes.
It is. Yeah, absolutely.
And you had something to add.
Oh, I was just going to say, if you go online to WTTW Firsthand Peacekeepers, you'll see that there's a lot of people in the community that are trying to do similar work. And there's a lot of places where the community can contact or just learn more about the work that Adrian and all the peacekeepers do in Chicago.
It's huge. This is huge. We wish we could talk to y'all more. I just want to wrap up by saying in like 10 seconds, what's the hope? What do you hope this story does? What do you want people to get out of this story?
You know, exactly what he's doing and exactly what he said the kids are doing when they saw him standing, or they were standing outside of his facility wanting access. We want to be able to make sure that these stories make a difference in the city of Chicago. Each one of the people that we highlighted, the 5 of them, are making, even now, a huge impact in the city. So it's giving, I think, everyone in the city hope and allows them to say that there are ways to make a difference here in the city.
Thank you.
And all of the stories, you know, go and watch it. I know you're wrapping it up so we can go. But I think it's important that people can go and still watch these stories, because me being one of the producers and directors, and I followed Cedric Hawkins' story with Chicago Cred, I was amazed by the impact that these guys are making in the city. They're giving their lives to make a difference. And these youth, regardless if you really see it or not, some of these youth are listening.
And that's important. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And thank you guys. And
Such
congrats.
a meaningful night, I know, to be honored for this and also for the project itself. We're going to have y'all scoot out so some other individuals can come in.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. But let me just say here, as you're all moving,
Congratulations. Thank you for what you do.
that in a time where there's so much, I think, demoralizing and the lack of hope,
you got people helping.
like this really shows you how much people care, that good work is happening, that there are some meaningful people. It's all right. Walk in front of this. This is really an opportunity for people to see the patterns, the fashion, all the, and hey, returning. And
oh my gosh, not again.
Nothing. The amazing.
Not again. I miss you guys.
WTTW, bringing it again. We just need to see what this is for. This is for a celebration of Hanukkah. Congratulations to
Thank
Jeffrey
you.
Bear. I know this one really means a lot to you.
It does. It really does. And Katerina is our associate producer, and Rachel made this amazing show. It was such a joy working on it.
And tell us a little bit about the origins of this Hanukkah program.
Well, as you know, because we used to be colleagues at WTTW, our program director said, you know, every year there are dozens of Christmas shows, and where's the Hanukkah show? And then they said, well, Jeffrey's Jewish.
But also Jeffrey Bear is Jeffrey Bear. So there's that. I'm not sure it would have mattered. You're Jeffrey Bear.
So,
Enough
you know,
said.
but if you watch the show, you'll see that I really didn't know that much about, I mean, I wasn't raised with a lot of Judaism, and so we brought Rachel on board, and...
she's not Jewish.
Super Jew.
Rachel...
We learned a lot together.
Right. We learned a lot.
And that's important in a story like this. You learn a lot, but you got to teach a lot at the same time, right?
Exactly. But it was really meaningful, I think, for both of us, because we sort of like rediscovered our Judaism in a new way, and you know, our family's culture and histories just made a lot more sense, and also to be able to shine light on such a happy holiday. You know, you don't really get the chance in Judaism to talk about the happy holidays enough, and so it was, you know.
How do you think about it? You're not wrong about that.
Yeah. And I have to say also, this is for informational, instructional, short or long form content, and you sort of hear that category and might go, all right, boring. And of course, this is a program with Jeffrey Bear. It is anything but.
Well, we had so much fun, and I mean...
What was the most fun?
I think the food.
Oh, yeah.
Good answer.
The food.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I'm the only part of the team that's not Jewish, and I learned so much. And I think because I was able to learn so much, it was also possible to bring the story to the audience who's maybe not Jewish, but who want to learn about it. So, yeah, it was a really great process.
Congratulations. And as we get ready to bring up the Lex team, let me just ask, I know that one of the great things WTTW does is allows things to linger. So people can find it. There's a website that you'll be able to locate this on. But as the holiday season is going to be here before we know it, is this going to be making a re-air?
Well, not only that, this is going to be airing on PBS stations all over the country.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah.
Really excited about that. Is
Congratulations.
amazing.
Congratulations.
All right. Well, now you know. We shared it here on the Backstage show. Thanks so much. You guys can go ahead and
we got a line of
these
people.
couches with this long line.
And you guys can walk right in front, too.
Celebrants.
No problem.
Hello.
Thank you, buddy. Let's go. Come on now.
Come here, VA baby. Hello. Come on over. We can scooch. Okay.
Welcome, y'all.
All right, we need the
There's the
card
card.
because
Yeah.
we need to know. I mean,
This
what
energy
we're doing.
alone, I love,
and
right? I love the energy.
It's true, and that is what we bring. We have smart folks and fun folks,
No.
and you bring that to your projects. All right, and this is for. Oh, I know.
Oh, come
Okay.
on. This is huge.
House music.
Let's go.
Cultural revolution.
Yes, we're back.
Sure. Why? This is something that I know is personally significant for you.
Yes, because I grew up in Chicago, the home of house.
Come on.
Where house music started.
Yes.
And it was about time.
And you've been on many a dance floor.
Many. And I'm going to be on many more.
Can you,
All right, I have a request. Before we go,
Please.
we need a long shot. I want a dance off stage.
Oh, okay. We can do that. I can do that. I can do that. You
Talk
know that.
about people think they know house music, and then they come to Chicago, and they learn real fast that house music in Chicago is not what you may be used to. It's next level. Can you talk about really quickly the history of house music and those basement parties and listening to that beat, that rhythm that everybody think they know now?
Yeah, they think they know it, bud. I've watched a lot of documentaries from BBC and everywhere else, but they're never from people from Chicago. So they always tell different stories. They get the streets wrong, names wrong, and they like to start in 1984, which is when the first house record came out. Our documentary started in 1974 when the first house parties started happening. So we dealt with house culture as well as house music. So we gave homage to those early pioneers.
I love that, and I love this. Talk about, if you can really quickly, your role in this and why this is so important of a story to tell in Shot City.
Because I am Chicago. I am from Chicago, born and raised, and so this is a story that had to be told, and we told it very well. We told things that most people didn't know about house music and the history of house music, and so that's what makes our documentary one of the best.
And I just want to give everybody a chance to say their names here. I've been calling her BA, but that's Barbara Allen, and also adding Joe Williams and Keisha Shavers. All right, and this was for a documentary, cultural. You know where it's from, WTTW, Chicago Stories. Congrats to each of you, and it is so lovely to see you. Love you. All right.
I want to, if I can, I got to ask you a real quick question. What is one fact about house music before the dance-off starts? What is the one fact about house music that people don't know? I want to. You can answer it, or anyone can answer. What's the one quick fact if you can? We got about 15 seconds.
The women of house music. That the women were very.
The
very
women are the
instrumental
leaders
in house music.
And we made sure to include the women.
Got it.
Because they never get their due.
Got it.
And so all those women, Lori Brandt, Lady D, Celeste, I mean, there's a lot of women.
Legends.
All right, now let's make y'all legends.
Thank you.
Dance if you could. Show off some moves.
Dance.
All right.
I can't even do it. I can't even.
We have no music, so that's maybe a little difficult.
We need music.
Sorry.
Thanks, y'all, and congratulations.
But congrats.
Congratulations. We'll have y'all exit this way. Congrats. Take some pictures with that Emmy. Come on, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. there's
House
the
music, baby.
I knew it.
That's what I'm talking about. We've got some more guests. We've got another winner. It looks like one winner is here joining us
having
now.
a hard time. I want to be able to help you. I'll take the glasses, not the statues, if you would like.
Oh my gosh, look at you.
This is amazing. So documenting historical as well as a human interest long-form content for Patricia Gomez. Hello, Patricia.
Hello.
All right, let's do one question each of these.
Okay.
Let's start with right here. This is a documentary that is based on, let's see, the farm workers movement.
That's correct.
Okay, tell us what you were seeking to portray.
Well, during the 60s, hundreds of thousands of Latino families traveled to Wisconsin from Texas. In Texas, the conditions for them were like the apartheid. They were very difficult conditions. And Wisconsin had good progressive laws to protect them, but they were not effective with these families. So they started a movement that at a certain point united to Cesar Chavez. Wow. And they boycott the grape because Wisconsin was a big consumer of brandy.
So big consumer.
So Cesar Chavez and the national movement needed Wisconsin to be part of this movement. So the movement, as a result, got that those families whose kids did not have access to education started with 15 students in the 60s. Now we have 2,000 students in UWM, Wisconsin, so Milwaukee. So that was one of the greatest gifts that these parents who really made efforts to give a better life for their kids gave the gift of the education.
How fascinating is that? So today is November 1st.
I never knew.
That's huge. Today is November 1st. November 1st and 2nd is the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. That's what this is, what it specifically is about. Talk about the importance of educating the public about this, doing so in a bilingual fashion as well for this piece.
Well, 65 million of people celebrate the Day of the Dead now. In the United States, we have all those Latinos. And a tradition that 25 years ago, when I arrived to Wisconsin, was celebrated in small corners of the city, now have become a beautiful celebration of the life of those who pass away. So this is not connected with Halloween. It's a very different celebration. And America has welcomed this celebration, and you can see it everywhere. And we are so happy to share this one of our celebrations with the general community.
Patricia, congratulations. Congratulations on both of these.
Yes.
Hold them tight.
Look at them both
Hold 'em
right
tight.
there. Zoom in.
Yeah, that's great
If you want
stuff.
me to, here, how about I'll help you out. They are heavy. Let me remind
Yeah, I
everybody,
know.
yes.
They're kind of heavy.
They are kind of heavy.
They are.
Really, that's not a joke.
Yeah, you can leave this way. Feel free.
Patricia, wherever you like.
Yeah,
You're
oh
a
my
winner
gosh.
now.
You a
can
winner.
do whatever you want.
You're a winner.
You own the place.
We've got some more winners coming on down.
Yes,
Let's go.
we do.
Let's get
Hello.
it. You looking good, brother. I love
We are great.
I love the chain. I
We're
love the
having a
brooch
blast.
here as well. Thank you, man. Congratulations. Good to see you, man.
Hi, it is lovely.
Good
All
to
right,
see you
and
guys.
are you Noah or David? I'm
David.
All right. Hi, David, Mark Merrill, producer, as well as
Noah, how do you say it?
Hazla.
Hazla.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for
this is
being
for
here.
a sports documentary, 362. Green Bay basketball's unbelievable NCAA comeback. So everybody loves a comeback story,
Oh,
right?
they gotta love it. They gotta love it.
So what was special about this?
It was just, we were there before it started. You know, we got there. We weren't even supposed to be there, so we were there when the journey started and when it ended, and we were just magically surprised. And
Talk about that. Talk about the timing of this project.
Yeah, the timing was unreal. Before we got there, they won 3 games the year previous. The year before that, they won 2 games. So over 2 years, they won about 5 games, lost like 60. So
Those aren't great odds.
Those not great odds. That's not like a team you go to normally. We met Coach Sundance Wicks. He sold us on not even a dream, but just believing in each other, believing in a group of guys who are all just incredible people. And, you know, he believed in us, and I think we saw that. We looked him in the eye and we're like, we got to find a way to get out to Green Bay. So
he was coaching us. He was literally coaching us.
Yeah.
We felt the energy from him, and we were like, I would play for this dude. You know?
How did you get in so that people weren't putting on any pretenses when a camera's
Well, when we got there, we kind of showed them the game plan and the vision, and honestly, they just gave us a shot, and that's what we really appreciated. You know, Sundance believed in us. I mean, he saw our past work, but it was really about like, hey, make us, you know, he trusted us, and
there were times in the locker room where he'd hit a water bottle and it'd fly past my face. So we had full access. It was gritty. The first thing we did when we got there is we got to know the guys, because we're like, for them to truly be themselves, they have to see us as an extension of the team. So, I mean, when we lost that last game, I was in the locker room crying. I cried today when we won. I cried in the locker room when the season ended. And that's just how close we are. I was at one of the coaches' weddings like 2 months ago. So we became a family. It was special.
Yeah, truly.
Congratulations to you both.
Congratulations to both of you. This is so meaningful, I'm sure, to the team as well as to each of you.
And to whoever's calling. I know that's, I mean, is that you? That's you. Hello.
We've got an Emmy winner. We're doing the Backstage show live. You're here with us now. They've hung up. That would be funnier if I could have actually had a convo. But
That would be great.
I think you got yourself a voicemail. So
Congratulations.
hi and bye.
Thank you so much.
And-
Congratulations. Anytime. Thank you guys.
Well,
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. You can continue to party. Get those engraved
This
if
is
you haven't
huge.
already.
This is yours?
That is not mine.
Oh, this is not mine.
Oh, I
You got
thought
a rogue
it was.
Oh,
no,
somebody-
this is not mine.
somebody
this might have
left
been
their
somebody
phone.
else's. Okay.
Somebody left their phone. Oh, that's yours.
There we go.
I didn't want to touch it.
No, fair enough. No, that is no. That's funny.
Come on over, brother. Thank
We
you.
found a winner.
Come on
things
over.
that
Come on in.
You want to go home with an
You can
Emmy,
sit
but
anywhere you
also
want.
with your cell phone.
That's true.
That is a really big thing.
Congratulations.
Thank you very
Congratulations.
much. I'm Mike.
Mike is here.
Mike. I'm Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Pleasure,
Joshua
Mike.
here with you as well. We've got Mike. So, Mike, first off, you're the reporter in this piece. This is for sports news title, okay? In the description, Gene Wagner is an inspiration to so many. In this follow-up story, 7 years after the first, we were inspired to do something new to tell this story. I'm going to stop there and let you take it over from there if you can.
Well, so we were celebrating CBS 58 Sunday Morning, which is a play on the national CBS Sunday Morning show magazine, our 10th anniversary. And
One of my favorite shows of all time, by the way.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And so we did a show emulating that, where we focus on the people and places that make Wisconsin great, in southeast Wisconsin. And we were told, or assigned, go back to a story that you loved, that you did. And so in 2018, I interviewed Gene Wagner, who is a part of the Bald Eagles Hockey Club, and he's 91 years old. He plays hockey on Tuesdays and Fridays every day, every week. So this is 7 years later now.
He's approaching 100.
He's 98.
Yes.
I interviewed him when he was 97. He turned 98 3 weeks later. We had to do it before the show. I was trying to wait till 98, but you know, what you got to do. Yeah. And he's still doing it. He had a stroke during COVID, and he found a new friend named Debbie who helped him get on the ice and just skate, and they came back, and he's out there again. He's hacking people on their knee pads. Did you steal the puck? He's talking trash the whole time. He's so much fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Talk about the importance of that too. I like you hear like the gnat sound and something like that.
I love
listening to that sound that goes along with the story. I bet that was fun.
Yeah, and we tried to, like we said, we tried to do it a different way too. We tried to really get into that sound and really get onto the ice. I put on skates. I put on a helmet. What? I got the GoPro. I said, guys, just try not to hit me, okay? Because I'm skating through. This is Mighty Ducks. I'm going right through. And
Do you know how to skate?
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, it was fine. Better than my photojournalist, the chief photo. He was flying a drone inside too in the rink.
Oh, you guys really went all in.
Things. Yeah, we were trying to have fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love that this assignment really forced you to go back to something. Did you have a hard time thinking, or right away did you say, all right, I know a 98-year-old man who is an athlete, and you kept in touch, so it wasn't a big stretch?
I mean, the hardest thing was I had already wanted to do a follow-up, but you know, he's in his 90s.
Sure.
I was afraid to ask the question, to be honest, and then get an answer was going to upset me. But when this assignment came in, I got to ask, because this is the number one story, the one that touched me the most that I've done since I've been in Milwaukee, and so it was an easy choice. And once I found out he was still going,
you were going.
Yeah, I was there, and I was there we went to his 98th birthday, which he did, played 18 holes on the golf course. So he's like, that's Gene, man. He's crazy.
That's awesome. I'll tell you what, this isn't a crazy story. This is an awesome story. It's an Emmy winner as well. So congratulations, Mike.
And Mike Kirkov, is that?
Yes, that's right.
That trying to remember to say folks' names so that anybody that's watching knows who we're talking to. You can find the story. You can learn a lot more about the people behind it.
WDJT. This is awesome.
If you're a pro wrestling fan, it's Iron Mike Kirkhoff.
Oh, yeah. I am a wrestling fan.
Yeah?
Hey.
I'll see you at Blizzard Brawl, December 6th at the Waukesha Expo Center.
In a steel cage match.
That's right.
Like a dicey career for a TV on camera guy.
He doesn't skate, but he'll beat you. Never mind. It's good to see you.
Breaking news. Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations,
Your next
Mike.
guest is my co-anchor, and she's awesome. Have fun. All right.
Hey, bring in the co-anchor. Bring in the co-anchor. Let's go.
She
You
knew
got
how to do it, unlike me, who did the opposite 4-1, whatever on earth that is.
6-8.
All right, so Alex Corradetti, congratulations again with WDJT. And you are being honored for Lifestyle News, the Custard Chronicles. Now, this does not seem like a tough assignment, no offense.
Well, the only tough part was eating all 5 of the places that I stopped at, so that was hard. When I moved to Milwaukee, I got the name Alex Custardetti, so I figured I might as well do a series on custard someday.
Awesome. That's actually awesome.
Where are you from, Alex?
Oh, Mokina, Illinois. So, yeah. The burbs, out there. My parents are probably watching, actually, so I'm super excited. But this is my first Emmy win, and I'm very humbled. I'm really glad it's for this, because I've been nominated before. But this was a series, and this was my most favorite thing I ever put together, because we got the 5 biggest names in custard in Milwaukee together for the first time in history, all 5. And we had a conversation, and putting it together was so hard because everything they said was fantastic.
How do you leave any of it out?
Right. Which is why we did a series.
That's true.
But yeah, it was so much fun. Everything they had to say, I learned that Ron from the oldest custard stand actually created... Leon's Custard. And he created the machines that the rest of them use. So I learned they know that. 2 of them knew that, but I don't think 2 others knew that. So I think we all learned something that day, which was really profound. Just to hear people's memories, too. I talked to them, but I also went to all of the custard shops and heard from generations of families who met their wives there, bring their kids there. And I just love that.
Oh, my God. Talk about why we need stories like this.
We need stories like this because you have to think about your everyday conversations and what brings people together, and that's food and culture.
Yeah.
And to me, when I go to Wisconsin, they're like, hey, want to go get custard? It's like, want to go get coffee up there. So I think it's just the simple things that really make the difference. And this was enjoyable to watch, which I think we need more of in this world.
That's great.
You need more of that. And final question, because we've all been there, right?
Absolutely.
Where you think you've got such great footage. You want to share it all, but getting that buy-in from the bosses isn't always there. What did you say to make them believe and understand, no, this is series worth custard content?
Right. Well, like I said, this is historical. No one has ever gotten these 5 families to sit down together on camera together, and they had never been in the same room together off camera either.
So they rivals?
Well, I did sense a bit of a rivalry now, but it was friendly. But the best part is I didn't even really have to ask questions. They started talking amongst themselves, and they started getting ideas from each other. It was awesome. Honestly, I'm so humbled to be sitting here with you guys, and I really appreciate you guys talking to me about this.
It's huge.
Congratulations, Alex. Custard Eddie? It
Custard
is.
Eddie? We're proud to talk to you about this. This is huge, and we need more stories like this,
Thank
especially
you.
nowadays.
Thank you so
it's
much.
good.
Appreciate
Great
it. Thank
stuff.
you.
Take that card with you. Take that Emmy with you.
Thank you so much.
And enjoy it.
You too.
Enjoy it. We love those stories like that. We've got more people coming through, I believe. I believe we got some more folks.
I think we do.
Oh, my God. I got the competition in the line right now.
We're taking a quick break.
We got to take a break.
So we're gonna,
taking a huge.
yeah,
I
we're
can't
just
do
gonna
the
make
next
you
interview.
look at this.
Yeah,
we're
can't.
gonna stretch it out.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. And by
right
the way, remember, check out that website, the QR code. We do have the
Sarah Jan
Scholarship that we want to continue to remind you is a really worthy cause.
Yep, you can see it right there. You can scan that QR code. And again, it's for the Academy. It's for the students out there. It's in her memory, a legacy that is long-lasting for Sarah and her family.
We'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so Amanda and I are back. We're so glad to be with you tonight. We've got so many winners coming through right now. The red carpet is filled up. I've got competition coming up. We'll talk about that later. But I want
It's not in your head or
It's
anything.
not out of my head at all.
Nope.
Not at all. I want to bring up something that's so important. So we've got societal concerns here. And usually these stories can sometimes be pretty heavy. And so we've got the producer, Alyssa Kaufman, here. We got Megan Hickey as well, producer
And the
for this.
first Emmy, by the way,
Yes.
for Alyssa.
Yes, and reporter, of course. And we just want to say thank you guys for sharing the story because this is powerful. This is not an accident, okay? This is CBS Chicago story. I want you, if you can, Megan, just to talk a little bit about the backdrop of this story.
Yes, so Candace Cole, she had a 4-year-old son who was over at a babysitter's house, and he got a hold of an unsecured loaded gun and died. He killed himself. Everyone at the time called it an accident, and that struck her wrong, right? She said, this isn't an accident. This is preventable. We can secure our guns, especially loaded guns, and my son never had to die. So she has spent every day since then fighting to change, first and foremost, storage laws. And it's been an uphill battle. Obviously, gun ownership is a super political issue.
And this happened in Indiana.
This happened in Indiana, Northwest Indiana, and there are basically no gun storage laws. There are some in Illinois, and there's criticism even of those laws. So she decided that she wanted to make a change happen from this horrible thing that happened to her with her tiny son. So she's been working with lawmakers and one in the South Bend area who is in the minority, right, when it comes to gun legislation, but she's been really working to try to tighten the laws and make it so that no other mother has to feel the pain that she's felt. So, yeah.
It's such a powerful, heartbreaking story, and we were just talking about this here, Jan Scholarship, and how sometimes parents need to really take devastation and turn it into something, propel that energy and that sadness into more. And Alyssa, when you're producing a story like this, what is important to you, both in sharing that humanity, but not really aggrandizing?
Well, we really let Candace lead our story because she was so brave to share her story with us because, so many people told her that, we titled it, It's Not an Accident. So many people fought against her, including police officers, saying it was a tragic accident. But she made sure to say this is preventable and safe gun laws are important. And, she always talked about making sure that when you go to people's houses, checking about gun ownership to make sure your kids are safe. So I think it was just important that we led with what was important to her.
We want to say thank you to you both for sharing that story. It's really powerful.
And thank you to the subject of your piece.
Yeah, it really is. It
always
is.
what it's about.
It's not breaking.
Thank you to Candace.
She's so excited.
You did text her?
Yeah, she was like, this is exactly what we wanted, and it's in honor of Eric, her son.
She's so amazing, and we got to hang out with her family, and it was such a special day.
That's great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing.
Congratulations
Yeah, congrats.
to you. And again,
Congrats.
sorry, it's one of those things where it is so tough because you have these heartbreaking stories that are behind a piece, and yet that is the whole point, to
But that's
bring
the point.
more attention
That's
to
the
it.
point of storytelling.
We have some additional winners, and I think...
Thank you, guys.
All
Thank
right.
you so much. Thank you. WNDU alum, by the way. I'm happy to say that. South Bend, let's go.
Now this
Let's
is
go.
WBBM
For a while,
story here.
Thank you,
And
guys.
coming up, we've got some colleagues or
No, they're not colleagues. They're not colleagues at all. They're from the other station. They're the competition, so I have you do this by yourself.
Come on over.
Yeah, just
So no,
WNDU alum over here, so
Let's get some quality TV.
Let's get some quality TV in.
Entertainment. Yeah. All right, Megan, bring it.
Thanks, y'all.
Hi there. I'll
Now I
take
gotta-
it.
can
I don't
you
think
hold
I
it?
trust you with this short.
Congratulations. Good to see you, brother. Congratulations, man. Congrats.
Okay, so
And he's going to sit next to me.
I thought we were family. This is home, right?
No, hold on.
See the difference, baby. See the difference.
All right, guys. All right, enough of this.
Okay, so this
Enough
is
of
for the Winter Symphony Company Weather, Environment, and Science News segment. Congratulations. I'm just going to have each of you introduce yourselves since I'm the stranger here. And
Hi.
You're
I'm
fourth wheeling it?
Vahid Sadarzadeh.
you are
I am Creative Services Director.
Services Director.
I'm Tom Coombs, Chief Meteorologist.
Yeah, Theo Kilgore, promotion producer, I guess. Yeah, promotion producer.
Guy that makes it happen.
First extraordinaire.
Yeah, look.
Visionary.
You turned a winter forecast into a symphony. I know what each of those words are, but I don't think I understand. What is a symphony of a forecast?
So I feel like I see it every day when I forecast. You look at those long-range models and you just see the low-pressure systems kind of rotate through at a different pace, a different tempo, a different speed. And I sometimes hear a harmony in my head of like, well, this is very disgruntled or this is very harmonic. And
Your brain is a special place.
There are waves that are in phase, that are out of phase. And so I've had this in my head for a long time. And we kind of do it different every year. And I just kind of told these guys, I'm like, this is what I want to do. and we made it happen.
Vahid, you are a sports guy.
I am.
At heart, and you are also a news guy.
I am.
Weather, I didn't know was on your resume. Why did you want to be a part of something like this?
Well, believe it or not, I do have one Weather Emmy already in the bank. 10 years ago.
Humble brag.
10 years.
I didn't know
That was the first one. No, working with Tom was special. And working with Theo is always a treat. I get to sit next to him every day. And just the creativity that comes about when you're just, you don't know what you're going to come up with.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you know that. And it's just kind of when you get a creative thought in your head and you have Tom to see that vision through, and then we're kind of behind the scenes on it. It was pretty special all the way through the entire process.
Talk about the importance of being a part of this, and you said you're the visionary in a way. I know you were joking, but you have a role to play in this too.
I do, and it's just fun. These two, I take their lead, you know what I mean? And I try to see Tom, like I said, Tom had a vision on this, and it's just bringing it to life, shooting it right, lighting it right, editing it right. You know, all these things come together. It's almost like the story is in there, and we're like a sculptor, and we just reveal it, and that's what I think we did.
Conduct it, if you will, like a
Ah, that's good. That's great stuff. Hey, guys, congratulations. I'm not even joking when I say this. Down the street competition, but this is well deserved. And I mean, good luck to you guys. I know you guys are up for some more tonight.
One more thing.
Please.
I'm just so proud of this work because this category is not, it's just small market, best.
It's
whatever.
everybody.
It is everybody.
Absolutely.
And I put this work and this team up against anybody, and I'm so happy for my station, so happy for who I work with because we do quality work, and I'm really proud of it.
It's huge.
I only wish that the winter wasn't going to bring
know.
so much.
He had a lot to work with, I'm telling you.
Burr, I'm not looking forward to that. You might be meteorologist. I am not. Give me the fall.
I know.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Tom,
to each of
Theo,
you.
thank you guys.
Enjoy the rest of your
Thank
evening.
you, man. Thank you,
Maybe
brother.
we'll
Same
see
here,
them
man.
back
Same here.
here on the
Thank you,
couch.
brother.
This
Always good
couch
seeing
of
you.
winners.
Always good seeing you. Thank you. Congrats.
I wonder
y'all.
if at the end
That's
of these
great.
nights they get special plaques for
Yeah.
these couches.
I
Do you know who sat here?
Who sat here?
Some really incredible folks.
Let's go.
How are you? How's everybody doing?
Doing well. We got
Not as well
Terrence
as
Lee
you,
with
I
us.
bet.
I'm on cloud 9 right now. I'm not gonna lie.
We got
That's what we want to hear.
So we got Terrence Lee as an entrant, but of course Robert Barris is here.
I'm here as the representative. He's a little superstitious.
Okay.
He didn't want to come.
Okay.
Because he's won in the past, and he didn't come when he won in the past.
Got
He
it.
didn't come. We won. So I want to thank Terrence for not coming.
Well, let's talk about it. That's a great thank you, by the way.
I got my 5 minutes of fame up on the
That's
platform
awesome.
too.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. So this is nostalgia.
Did you have a prepared speech? Were you ready?
I ran through it like a million times in my head. I was like, oh, I want to thank this. But as soon as you get up there, you're like, you just kind of feel like an idiot.
That's
so.
sure. No, and you're not an idiot, and that's proof of it. That's proof of it. Nostalgia historical news. This is the description. I'm going to read it out loud. Chicago's only black-owned skating rink has rolled through 5 decades of music, movement, and community. This is called Rolling Through 50 Years. I don't even know this story. I'm just going to take a guess. Is this the one off 79th Street?
Yes.
That's great. Tell me about this story.
So lovely story. So it was an old warehouse that got repurposed, bought by owners. Forgive me, the name there's so much happening.
Sure.
I forgot the original owners, but they bought it. They turned it into a roller rink. It's been going strong. They've had new owners since. We talked to the new owners. They were just so lovely. They were so happy to have us there. The entire community that was there too, because we did the interviews early in the day. A little behind the scenes in news. You sit there when no one's there, you do the interviews and it's kind of cold and static. And then we come back and we get the video when people are there and the public's there. Everyone was so excited to have us there. They were just so happy to see us there. They were so inviting.
Show off their moves too. I mean, Chicago skating is not regular roller skating.
And they pioneered the JB style, which is the James Brown style. It's a very unique floor style,
almost like dancing.
Yes, yeah, and there's been music videos shot there. The Shy has done stuff there.
Absolutely,
so much stuff. It's such a great little beacon on the South Side, and they were so happy we were there. I was so happy. The fact that we won the award with them.
That's huge.
With that story, I'm so happy for them.
This is huge to be able to do this story. 50 years rolling through that place, and I knew that because a lot of family members of mine live over there and talk about. I've never had the opportunity to go skate there.
Are you a skater?
But my family, no, my family members are, but I'm not. But I know that place, and that says a lot about
I've
it.
skated. Well, skated is strong.
Yeah.
I have put on roller skates and been on the rink.
Is that what it is?
I got a hood. I bought a hoodie from there and I wore it to a grocery store the other day, and they were just like, "Oh, you skate at the rink?" And I'm like, "No, I don't skate there. I've been there.
Yeah,
like,
I've
I
been
know
there.
what you're talking about."
I believe in the rink. I'll praise the rink, but yeah.
This is great stuff. Congratulations, buddy.
Oh, thank you so much.
Congratulations. You've earned that. Take that. Hold it tight.
Congratulations. Enjoy.
Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you.
And
Thank
hey,
you.
sometimes you gotta have a superstition.
I mean,
for a
yeah,
reason.
yeah. We got more.
Right?
We
It
got more.
works.
Yeah, it does. Come on over here. Come on over here. Hello, hello. Love the blue. Love the Emmy.
Smashing.
Congratulations.
Lovely.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. So what we got here?
This is for my favorite.
Okay.
Politics and government.
Uh-huh.
This is my niche, baby.
This is it.
But we have
WTMJ.
WTMJ.
Yeah, this is huge. Jenna Ray is with us. This is important. The first thing that I'm seeing here right now, it says the importance of history to community. I believe is what that says. And if I'm reading that wrong,
Yeah,
oh,
we've got
listening,
housing
listening.
authority, accountability.
But
and
listening to the community is important. Let's start there, Jenna. Why was that part of this important to the story?
So you guys probably don't remember because you guys talked to a lot of people. I
remember you. No, I'm not kidding.
Help
we
me.
sat here last
Yes,
year.
Okay.
So we had, a ton of residents who came and, were voicing concerns to us about deplorable living conditions in the Section 8 housing in the city of Milwaukee. They were not getting help. They were living with bed bugs. They were living with cockroaches, just deplorable living conditions. We were able to
This is government-supported housing.
Yes, this is funded by the federal government housing, run by the city of Milwaukee. It's called the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee, and it's people who live in low-income housing, who get government assistance. They're a vulnerable population, low income, a lot of seniors, a lot of veterans, and they came to us and trusted me to tell their stories for the last 2.5 years now, and now I'm sitting with you here again because this piece shows our continuation of an investigation that led to the federal government coming in and making change.
Wow.
I'm having deja vu because I feel like I talked about last
I get
time.
this. Isn't that yeah.
Like what I wanted to see next, and what I wanted to see next was change happen, and these residents are living in better conditions. There's different leadership. There has been a change in leadership over the last year since I've sat and talked with you. So we, reported on that. We reported on the federal government coming in and putting sanctions on the Housing Authority, and because of our reporting and because of work of local nonprofits and people being willing to share their voice, change was made and things are better for people.
The investigation is never done. The work continues. The pressure remains.
Yes, it's never ending. I actually broke a story 2 weeks ago on the same topic.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's great.
But
what's the news story?
So the news story. Now you're like racking my brain. What was it?
okay.
You can be back here next year to tell us.
So we found out that Section 8 wasn't paying their portion of vouchers. So the individuals who are on Section 8 vouchers pay a smaller portion of their rent, and then the government pays the second half. And for months, they haven't been paying that rent. So we broke that story a few weeks ago. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention my photographer, Manny, who's here with me. This is Manny's first Emmy.
Yes.
Manny
How's
had
it feel?
a lot of these stories with me, and so I'm very thankful for him and for his support. It's tough living conditions that we're having to go into and talk to these people, and Manny made it look good, sound good,
How's it
and
feel?
made it all happen.
How's it feel, buddy?
Great being here, and I'm glad we've made an impact in our community. I'll never forget the first pressers I went to with Jenna, where a woman literally had a medicine bottle with bed bugs in it to show us an example of what she was waking up to. She said they were literally in her ear crawling around, and when she was speaking, you just felt the anger, the frustration that these residents were living with, and you just really, really felt bad for this, and it just feels good that we have made a difference in the community now a year later.
This is huge, and storytelling like this, it saves lives in more ways than one. Congratulations to you. Continue to peel back the onion because there are a lot of layers, it sounds like, to this one. We'll see you next year.
Nice to see you again.
We'll see you next year.
Shape up. When you have reporters like Jenna Ray and videographers.
It's huge. The
You
teamwork is
know,
huge.
government, that their eyes are going to be on you. So
Yeah.
shape up, I say. Thank you so much. We're going to bring in
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate
some
you. Thank you so much.
additional winners here.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
And they got a whole team.
Come on
I love
in.
to see a crew like
I'm doing
that.
well.
Hello,
How are
Bennett.
you?
Good to see you. All right.
Oh,
and
my
this
goodness.
is for Discovered Dead Company with WMAQ. I am afraid I don't know. Discovered Dead Company.
Yeah, this was a story about a young boy from Highland Park whose family tried their best to get him help, and they ultimately sent him to a residential treatment facility in Utah. Unfortunately, he ended up killing himself inside the facility. And there were concerns about the lack of supervision. No one was closely watching him. He had told a psychologist weeks beforehand that he had a plan. It was very specific. No one ran it up. No one told the parents. And so sadly, his story is kind of a drop in the bucket of what we see sometimes in the residential treatment industry, called the troubled teen industry. I've been investigating it for several years now, and
Years.
I started working on it when I was a reporter in Ohio. I've continued it here, but it's a multi-million-dollar industry where big companies, they try their best to provide services to kids in need. But unfortunately, what we see time and again, over and over again, is unfortunate circumstances like this. There's a real lack of federal oversight. There was a huge congressional research paper that came out about a year and a half ago that basically said exactly that this industry is devoid of really any oversight.
I've read here, I'm reading here, a Utah lawmaker even got involved to craft a bill for this piece that you've talked about, Discovered Dead. That's Utah? That's huge.
Well, the state of Utah is actually, it has been somewhat friendly initially to these facilities.
Okay.
Paris Hilton was in one. She called attention to it recently.
Got it.
And so since then, lawmakers in Utah have actually done a good job of walking that back and actually trying to put some guardrails in place, really, to sort of say, okay, if this is going to be an area that has and houses these facilities, we need to make sure that everything's on the up and up.
Got it.
So, are you going to continue researching? You said this has been years of investment. Is there more ahead?
There is a lot. There's a lot to do. There are a lot of facilities that all across the country in which there are many here in Illinois, and a lot of them make their money off Medicaid reimbursement. So there's public dollars that go into these private facilities. So there is sort of a public buy-in. Even if you don't have a loved one in these facilities, you have a reason to care.
Man.
And this, again, is an Emmy for a investigative report. And this is, I think, really one of the, we're all here to celebrate. There's so much work that is going on, but this is, I think, really one of the statues that means a lot to journalists and means the most to
It is. It's one of those things where there aren't always victory laps, in the story, and it's not lost on us that there are tough stories to tell. But as you said, tonight is about celebrating that work and respecting the honors that your peers have given you, and remembering that there is a lot of important work left to do.
That's huge. Bennett Haberle, thank you so much for this. Discovered Dead, if you've not seen it, WMAQ, NBC5 Chicago. You can go to their website and see that entire report there that you've been following for years. Congratulations to you, and continue to tell those stories.
Yeah, thank you.
Continue. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You too.
Good night to
you as well. Man, you talk about storytelling. You said it. It's not always, he said it perfectly. It's not always a victory lap, but stories like that deserve to be told still.
Deserve to be told, and what goes behind telling
It's
the story.
true.
I mean, I really do believe that's why you get into this, right? Because it is shedding light on something, uncovering, giving people a voice who may not otherwise have it.
All right, we're going to get up now because Mike Lowe is here. We need room.
Yeah, exactly.
We need room. Okay.
Just give him the mic.
I've got to say, first off, you're a huge inspiration to me as a writer and as a reporter. Congratulations on 3, it looks like.
Actually, one of them is for one of our photographers who wasn't here tonight. So two wins for us, but 3 for WGN.
And
Mike Lowe,
and
you
I'm Kimmy Harrison, the news director. I'm the new news director.
Oh, congratulations!
He knows me. Thank you so much. 2 months. It's been amazing. Oh, you have? Oh, wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I remember when you applied for a scholarship. And I was on the
Holy
board.
smokes, yes.
And, we were like, this guy's going places.
2017.
You were a unanimous selection, so it's great.
I never knew that.
It's great to see you.
Breaking news.
Great to see
even
you
here.
continuing to crush it.
Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much. And thank you for saying yes to that scholarship. I really needed the money. All right, we're here about you guys. We're here about you guys. WGN, you guys are doing so much there. You're new news director at WGN.
Yes.
First off, talk about that history that you're undertaking, such a historic
Oh
station.
my gosh, making history, right? I've just learned that I'm the first black female news director at WGN. So thinking about history, I have the shoulders that,
these are big shoes to fill, and I'm walking into a newsroom and a team of journalists who just want to win. So they make the job easier because I'm like, hey, I got this idea and it's already done. So like, I'm so blessed.
It's not one of those newsrooms where you have to say, bring you on. Everybody.
And I'm like, whoa, wait. They're already doing it. So it's a blessing.
I know we've got several statuettes here, but I see one of them is for military story, which you have won in that category before, if I'm not mistaken. My Flag Is Still There is the name of this one. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. There was a U.S. Marine named Ed Schrank who waged a courageous battle with cancer 8 times, and he was told that he was going to have his jaw removed. And before he did that, he had one wish, which was to sing the national anthem at a Major League Baseball game. So he went to Jim Cornelison, the legendary, the voice of who sings before the Blackhawks and the Indy 500, probably the best-known national anthem singer in the country. And he trained with him, did it, and then a couple years later, so we did that story a few years ago, he sadly passed away, but right before he died, he said, the last thing I want is for Jim Cornelison to sing the national anthem at my funeral. So Jim remembered that we did the story. He called me and he said, I think the family wants you there, and we did the story, and it's so moving if you get a chance to watch it.
That is incredible. I can't wait to do so because speaking of legends, WGN, of course, the channel is a legend, but we've talked about you actually previously, Mike. I've dubbed it the low legend because there's one man who's known for bringing these babies home.
Man, I love
like
you.
Nobody's biz, and it is Mike Lowe right here. So let's share. That's the one card. What else are you joining us on the couch for? What else?
Goodness. So we have. So this was My Flag Is Still Here, but talk about Chicago's very own. When you think about WGN, you think about Chicago's very own.
Exactly. That's our slogan, and it's also the name of a franchise that we run periodically, which are these great profiles of Chicagoans. They can be prominent, they can be everyday Chicagoans. We've done them on sportscasters, on coaches, on anti-violence advocates, all kinds of people. We did one earlier this year about the first female, the first lady of house music, which is really cool to learn about all that history. But I think it's so reflective of what we are at WGN, which is that we try to be Chicago's very own, Chicago's station. And this is a series where we actually get to meet Chicagoans.
That's huge. Thank you both for doing this. Thank you both for being here. Congratulations to you both. Congrats to
So
the new gig.
You doing healthy and great.
Yeah.
We are so
absolutely.
glad. And it is a pleasure to meet you.
Good seeing you again.
I am Amanda Vinnicky.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God.
we're supposed to be saying goodbye. So
supposed
I'll let you two leave while we close out the show.
This is how you
Close
know.
out our program.
Thank you. I know. Thank you, guys. This is huge. We had a great night, Amanda.
An amazing. I've had so much fun.
Oh my gosh. This has gone too fast, I will say.
I know.
But we got room for one more. We're gonna have room for one more. It looks like, but
one
we're stretching.
more.
They're telling us to
All right.
stretch. That's good. But we can stretch for what?
I was just kidding.
You're stretching for real?
I'm ready.
And,
After this, it truly does fly by.
It does fly by.
Such an energy because people have put so much into telling the stories.
Tonight is
the
indicative
research,
of that
the
work.
editing,
Yes.
so much.
The research, but also you can say, and you said this, the passion that goes into these projects. I think people think and all of us do news and it's over with, and after that you go home, and it's like a lot of these stories stick with these reporters, these photographers, these
They
editors.
become a part of you.
Yes.
The subjects. You may not necessarily remember their name, but you remember the feeling.
Mhm.
You remember being there. You remember the curiosity, what made you decide to turn it from something you just hear into something that is so much more, something that you can propel into true change in cases, as we've talked about recently with the Milwaukee Housing Authority, or perhaps a change of gun control and storage laws.
Yeah.
And we have one more. Oh, hello.
We've
There
got
we
one
go.
more,
All
just
right.
like that. So it appears we've got one from NBC5 Chicago. Da Pope. Let's talk about this. First off, what's your name?
My name is Jennifer Layrisky. I'm the executive producer at NBC.
Oh, that's
Chicago.
huge. That's huge. Talk about this piece. So this is evening newscast, larger markets.
Yes.
Talk about that.
It was amazing. We had Marianne Ahern in Rome, live coverage when it happened.
I mean, and had been leading up to it because you don't know when the smoke is going to change. And so Marianne and her photographer had been, I mean, it's not the worst assignment, but still sticking it out and really having to be on guard
And it was a surprise because he was not in the top 5 in the predictions. So we had live coverage. I want to shout out my other reporters who went to Pope Leo's hometown. And then we covered the schools that he attended. So that would be Natalie Martinez, Randy Gyllenhaal, and JC Navarrete. They helped do team coverage. And Chuck Gowdy did a special report. It was an amazing night.
That says a lot about this. Talk about, just in general, what it takes as a producer to have this award for a show in general, because it's not easy. We know producers, they don't get all of the stars all the time, and they're the hardest workers behind the scenes who you don't see. Talk about why this is so important and what goes into a show like this.
Oh, because it's a day of. I mean, we didn't have advance warning that Pope Leo
All of a sudden, that newscast is out the door, on the floor, and everything changes.
Right, and so then it was a matter of we're Googling or trying to figure out Leo's connection to the Chicago area, and we found his brother, and we're trying to find all these leads. It was great. It was very exciting. The adrenaline's pumping, and then when the show comes together, it was a clean show. It looked great, and then to enter it and then to have it win is amazing.
I think it's also the foresight, the investment. We are in a time where news doesn't always get the attention, the funding that we want it to, and then you do have somebody that makes a decision to send a reporter overseas and look how it turns out. Not just in Emmy, but you're on the ground, on the floor when a Chicago Pope is made.
It was amazing, and Kevin Cross, Sally Ramirez have been amazing about supporting us and giving these opportunities. When there's a big story, we want to be there. So.
It's safe to say God was on your side. I have to say it. Congratulations to you and the team. Thank you. Just like that. We've got to close. We got to say goodbye.
What a wonderful way to end the night. I have had so much fun with you.
Always
honoring everybody's, here, bring it in,
Always fun being with you and honoring those.
He saved me, nearly had to do CPR. But we have so many things to give. So let's first actually, reminder to the Sarah Jan Scholarship is something we want to celebrate. And it is just actually a lot of scholarships and wants to help students. And you know what? Students have been working hard tonight. They are behind the cameras. They are a large part of this production crew. They have helped me fix lipstick.
They're giving me
taught
water.
us about 6 7s and 4 1s. They have kept everything running seamlessly. Thank you so much to everybody.
There they are.
who
Hey.
nominated for an Emmy, to the 66 years of productions that came before this.
Yes.
And to all of the heart and soul that went into
How y'all fit in that
this
room?
final.
Show that room again. That room looks small. How y'all fit on? Man, y'all putting all this together in that room
There
right
we
there.
go.
Look at that.
Look at him.
Look at that. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate all of our viewers as well. Thank you guys so much for Amanda Vinicky and Joshua Short. We want to say so long from the 67th annual Backstage portion of the Chicago Midwest Emmys. We'll see you next year. Hopefully, if they hire us back.
Hopefully.
Let's see what
Congrats to
happens.
all.